What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Adrian here from Major Mateo Drones. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's having a great weekend. I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. I've noticed that there's quite a few crowd here in the chat already. I do have my little co-host, Mr. Mattys DroneWorl, in the background. Got a couple more guys in the background as well waiting for me. Oh my goodness. Ugh. Without further ado, let me go ahead and bring him in. It does been great. Damn. Okay. Let's see here. Got that going. Got that going. Boom. What's going on, brother Matt?
What's happening?
Doing pretty good, man. How you doing, man?
Sick. Again.
Got the Rona or some other bullshit?
God, I hope not, bro. I'm being tested on Monday.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I've been hearing some bullshit from the government. There's a new variant called Flurona. It's always some bullshit, man. I don't understand the shit, man. Yeah,
Never
there
ends.
you go, Bob. Casey said that Flurona is supposed to be the new variant that's going on now.
Gonna be a new variant every 2 weeks. Jesus.
Every 2 fucking weeks. Oh man, I hope everybody's doing great. I got a couple people here in the background. Before I bring him in, let me go ahead and say hi to a few people here. We got Blind Neil in the house. How you doing, Blind Neil? Jody Drone Shots, Matt Bagwell, Mike Rennick, Jody Drone Shots. Who else we have here? We got Sean at Studios in the background. I'm gonna bring him in a minute. Have DroneWorl Fly. We got Mike from Flies on Drones. Have DroneWorl Flies in the house. Who else do we have? AV Club. How you doing, buddy? Thank you for popping in. Think he's new to the chat. I really appreciate you. Johnny Drone Flyer. How you doing, bro? Thank you for popping in, man. Appreciate the love and support. AZ Drone Dude. We got Justin in the background. We got Captain Ray in the background. I'm gonna bring him in a minute. Bob Casey. How you doing, Bob? Thank you for popping in, sir. Appreciate the love and support. Akirasho, how you doing, buddy? Max here 420. How you doing, big bro? I do not have his email address, Matty. Do me a favor and send Max with your email if he wants to go and join in. I appreciate it. How you doing, Danny? You Chaser, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for popping in. I really appreciate you, man. Let me go ahead and bring in Mr. Justin from the 863. How you doing, big bro?
What's up, man?
Good.
Let me go ahead and bring in Mr. Sean. How you doing, big Sean?
Hey,
What's
Sean.
up, y'all? I'm good, y'all. How are you?
What's happening?
Doing pretty good, man. We got Mr. Captain Ray Kelly in the house.
Hey, Adrian.
What's up, Ray?
Maddie.
What's up, man?
Justin and Sean. How you guys doing?
You're doing pretty good, man. I had to bring back the Saturday free for all. I remember when I said I was gonna change the show around. I got a text from, I'm not gonna mention his name. I think he goes by Drone 863, aka Justin Stickley. Stick on my booty, whatever the hell his last name is. He sent me a text telling me that he wanted me to bring back the free fall Saturday. So here we go.
Yep.
His name is Justin, aka Tip on my booty. So
hey, I tried to come on your show last week, but all those links you were sending me weren't working.
I don't know why. You weren't the only one though, but
what happened was it kept taking me in the studio like it wanted me to start my own stream. So
I don't know why, man. I have no idea why. I don't know. But anyway, I know that Uncle Bill was having the same problem, but then I sent him the link again, and he was able to come in. I don't know.
Well, anyway, I know. I appreciate the invite, Adrian. Thank you.
Of course, anytime, buddy. Anytime. How's the Mavic 3 treating you?
It's real good. It just happens to be right here.
Sleeps with that damn thing.
I know.
I know, right?
I love it. I flew it a lot when I was in California. I really flew it a lot. So
It's something about drones that make Ray just, have an orgasm 24/7. I don't know what it is.
yeah. How you
The
feeling, Matty, by the way?
Yeah. Everybody in
No.
my house is just, except for the kids, except for the younger kids. My oldest daughter is sick. The middle's sick. My wife is sick. I'm sick. We're getting tested on Monday.
Soon. God bless you all. Get well soon.
Hey, I'm sorry I missed this morning, man. Did you go on the boat? Did you end up going?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
No,
I'm sorry, bro.
no, that's all right. We'll do it another time.
Yeah, we will.
I hope that's not what it is that you have, Matty, because dude, I mean, shit, man. I just wish this thing would just freaking go away, but I believe this is it. We're gonna have to put up with this shit forever.
Get used to it.
Yep.
You're gonna have to adapt.
A lot of people have it.
Yep, they're saying the state of Florida itself is supposed to get ran over by whatever new is out. I don't know.
How long have you been sick for?
Just a couple days.
Because you don't seem like it's like hitting you super hard.
That's just
well, that's the thing, Justin. Some people that have it don't really show that much symptom. You know what I mean? Like really bad symptom. What's not? Some people look fine. Some people just look sick.
I don't personally think I have it. I think it's just a cold that's going away.
What's the thing?
It could probably be that too. I pray that that's what it is.
I hope that's what it is.
Let me go ahead and say hi to Savannah's Adventure. How you doing? New to the show. Appreciate you. Gary,
Hey.
Mr. Brun Aaron, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for popping in. I really appreciate that. Who the hell is Ray Kelly? We need to ban this guy from here. I don't know who that is.
I already tried. He's a moderator. You can't.
Get rid of him.
He's a moderator. You can't take him out. I did went ahead and did a little flying with the Air 2S today. I'm actually working on a video, waiting for YouTube to make up their mind to upload the damn thing. It's taking forever.
What are you uploading?
A little video that David Lorenzo wanted me to go ahead and do testing a little bit of a range with the DJI smart controller, because he said that when it comes to his at 2,500 feet, it was lagging, messing up, and cutting out. 2,500 feet, like a clear path. So I did a little bit of a range test with it, like a mile little range. You know what I mean? To test it out. Mine worked perfectly, except when I was coming back, I got a little bit of disconnection, like once or twice. Nothing major. So. Hey, Carolina, how you doing, buddy?
That's with the smart controller?
We got Mel in the background. We're going to bring him in. How you doing, E-Drone? Thank you for popping in, buddy. Johnny DRC, how you doing, bro? Steven Drone, hey, man. Thank you for popping in. Let me go ahead and bring in Mr. Mel. How you doing, buddy?
What's up, Mel?
Been a long 20 minutes. Damn. Hi, Adrian. Thanks. I thought I was getting ready to leave. I thought you weren't going to just keep ignoring me or something.
And if you leave, I'm going to call you. You know I got your number, right?
You got my number?
Yes, I think I do.
You ain't got my number.
Okay. How you doing, Mr. Unlimited Vertical? How you doing, buddy? Thank you for popping in, sir.
Hello, everybody on the panel.
Happy New
Ray,
Year,
Hey,
man.
Mel.
Sean,
Hey,
Justin.
Mel.
What's up, Mel?
Matt.
What's up?
Hey, everybody in chat. Hello.
Man, I don't think
Adrian,
you
can
met
have
Sean
your show back
before.
now.
Oh, I've been on Mel's show before.
Oh, you have? Okay, never mind.
He's been on my show.
Yeah. Sean and I go way back.
Ah, cool.
Adrian, you got a great crowd in the house already. I tell you, look at all these fine
Yeah,
people
man,
in the
we
chat.
got quite the crowd. We got Skull 901. How you doing, buddy? Thank you for popping in. Really appreciate you, man. Mendez, how you doing, Jose? Thank you for popping in, buddy.
Justin, are you
Appreciate the
cold?
love and support. Yeah, we got quite a little crowd in here.
Yeah, it's cold in my house.
Anyway, so Mel, you got any new drones or you got the same old fleet?
Same fleet.
Okay.
You know me. I don't jump just because DJI says hello. You know, what
I
the
hear
hell?
you.
I'm not one of them pretty boys
still
that's got
got
to
my-
have the newest, latest, greatest.
I still got my trusty Air 2.
Hey, I
Come on,
still got
baby.
that thing too. That thing is
I can beat that, Justin. I've got the Air 1.
Hey, I still got my mini one too.
Same.
Hey, I wish they would have kept that Air 1 body frame.
Yeah.
Me and you
I
both.
love the
I
way
said
that
the same
looks.
damn thing too.
I love the way that drone looks. That's one of the nicest looking drones DJI's ever made.
Yep.
Yep.
How you
Yep.
doing, Mr. Magby, aka the Drone Ranger? We
But mine
got
is special, Matty,
Why is that?
because mine was a beta drone. Mine was a pre-release.
Ah.
Yeah.
Beta testing.
Mel, read Mike
got-
P's comment.
we got Ken Placer here. How you doing, buddy? Thank you for popping in, sir. Appreciate it.
How you doing,
But yeah, I'm like you, Matty. I wish that they would have kept the same design when it comes to the Mavic Air 2. Just kept it like the Mavic Air 1.
Yep. That
Yeah,
would've
he only knows where that's at because it's right under his, Justin.
Hey, Jim Droney, how
867
you doing, buddy?
5309.
Adrian, this is
Yes,
your
sir.
show and you're the one cutting up all the time. What's going on? Why are you cutting out?
My signal, my internet is shitty tonight this evening. I don't understand what the hell is going on. Well, I do know it's crappy service. So there you go.
Oh.
It's 10 down, 3 up.
3 up is all he needs to do what he's doing. StreamYards does the heavy
Thank you
lifting.
for popping in, buddy. But yeah, Mel, my service sucks.
I see
Man,
that.
I hope you fly better than you live host. I've never been on one of your live streams, have I?
You have before.
Have I?
Yes, you have quite a few times.
Oh,
Oh, oh boy.
Hey,
you're just
how
a
you
glue
doing,
for
buddy?
punishment, dude.
Thank you
So-
for popping in, man. I really appreciate you,
let's
man.
see. So Rodney and Ron Lockwood and Dennis Lovelady and none of them guys are here. So I feel like I gotta support the old team, you know? Right?
Tenfold.
Am I making you feel at home, Adrian?
Kind of.
Kind of, a little bit.
Yeah, with your love and support, I appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel the love in the air. I feel
Do me a
it.
favor, go ahead
Well,
and
you know,
smash that thumbs up for me.
If he was really cool, he'd wear a hat with a curved brim on it instead of that.
Yeah, that ain't
iron
happening.
pressed back thing. You know?
Nigga, that shit is not happening, you know.
I
That
mean,
ain't
yeah.
happening,
Look at Mr. Kelly over there, Captain
curved
Ray. You
brim.
know, he's got it going on.
Where's the hat with the big X on it?
Look at here. See, even mine has a curve on it.
I like that. Hey, One Vision Area, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for popping in, sir. No, I'm letting the bird
OBA.
relax for the evening, Matty.
It's not a bird.
So-
It's an X.
So, Adrian, serious question.
Serious
How do you
answer.
get the hat to be flat? Because I've never seen one in the store that was flat. So how do you do that?
Every hat that I buy, the brim comes just like that, and I leave it just the way it is. I don't touch it.
Well, I don't understand how. You must buy it at a cheap store. I mean, don't they have
this
the mold that makes the hat the right shape?
No, sir.
Oh,
Hey.
I
so-
specifically buy the hats that have the flat brim. I don't like the curve on the brim at all.
but
Well, you've seen his logo, Mel, right? After a show.
no. See the curve, Adrian, actually shades the side of your eyes when you're flying your drone. It would be beneficial. Am I right,
No.
Ray?
I'm good.
It does. It helps, and it does. But
Hey,
this-
Mr.
no,
Maximum
believe
Raven,
it or
how
not,
you doing, buddy?
Recovery One Drones, his hat is flat too when you get it.
It came
I
fully
had
flat.
like
Actually, it came
four
curved up.
Get like that.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
buys them at the same place Adrian does, huh? Or Adrian
Yeah.
buys them the same place he does.
How you doing, Big Water UAV Solution? Thank you
See,
for
I have
popping
mine
in.
made. My 400 AGL hats, I have them made custom, lettered and everything, and curved, and yeah. That's
I
why
like
they
'em.
cost so
Mine
much.
is completely flat.
Danny, the view chaser, how you doing?
I don't understand. What's the point of that hat? It's just a sky blue color. There's nothing on it?
Well,
I don't know
just
why you
nothing
even
on
keep the stickers on the damn thing. Why do you
it
keep the stickers on the shit?
It matches the shirt, you know. That's all. He's trying to
Yeah, it's a
be color
fashion
coordinated.
statement.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he buys the shirts and the hats at the same place.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
pretty
the
much.
shirts are flat when he gets them too. That's why he looks so skinny, huh?
Last week he was yellow on yellow.
I think it's a gangster thing. Yeah.
How you doing, Scott? Now, thank you for popping in, buddy.
Gangster wannabe.
Like Ken says, Smuffy.
Smurfy, that'd be
Never mind.
blue, yeah, Smurfy. Hey Ken. So, Adrian, what's on your mind?
Well, what's on my mind is basically I would like to find a solution to make this goddamn internet any faster, but anything I do is not working. So,
Well, then you need to
have any
change service
suggestions?
providers.
Unfortunately, this is the only one that's available here.
That's not good. That's
The
not
only
good.
one.
Can
Man,
he get a
that's
signal
terrible.
booster, Mel? Can he get some kind of signal booster for that?
I
thing?
already
I
have
don't
that.
know what kind of service are you running, Adrian? What's this internet? Who's it from?
Is AT&T, and it's supposed to be the 6 megabyte extreme package.
Now, is this wireless
Hey,
or
that's
is
what it's
this
called.
off the cell tower or is this off the modem when they run a wire to your house?
Is off the modem. This is what they call the DSL, standalone DSL.
So you're running straight
what
into your. Are you running wireless from your DSL, or are you running straight into your laptop?
Now, do
Actually,
they? Yeah.
I got an Ethernet from the modem to the dongle on the laptop straight in there.
Really?
Okay. And then, how does the modem or the router get its signal? Where does it get that from? A wire or the air?
Wire.
God, I'd hate to see what their standard package looks like. Jesus.
And,
So you got wire coming in from AT&T, coming to your modem,
correct.
which is also your router,
Correct.
and then it comes from your router via a cable to your laptop.
Correct.
And you got this for shit?
Right?
Are
That's
you kidding
correct.
me?
Weird.
That's correct. And then that's the only package that's available here because there's nothing else.
Wait. Now, where my house is, my residence, okay, I own a 5-acre hilltop in the middle of the woods of West Tennessee. My only option is cellular internet, okay?
Cellular.
You live in Florida, right?
That's correct.
So do you live like in the middle of the frickin' Everglades? I mean, because Florida is all
No.
populated. How can you not have good internet in Florida?
That is a very good question, Mel. And unfortunately, every company that I call is the service not available here.
You know, Mel, when I'm on cellular with my phone, a lot of times it's so much better. You know, if I stay in one spot, it works great. It really does. Cellular.
I don't
Wow.
know. I run off
see-
strict Wi-Fi from Xfinity. Mine does fine.
So
I
you're
wish
getting yours
Xfinity
from your
was
cable
available
company,
here,
right?
Matty, but it's
Xfinity,
not.
that's cable TV.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you have a modem.
Mm-hmm.
You could actually run an Ethernet cable from your modem to your computer, true?
Yes, I do when I play simulators.
I was going to say, if you did that, you would have faster internet.
Yeah, but that's what Adrian said he has going on.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah, but
Hey.
look at what his service is doing to him, though. I
Yeah.
mean, he's the only one on this panel
Unfortunately,
breaking up.
That's the only shit available, man. I wish I had
Hey,
What
better
town,
option, but
Adrian?
no.
What
Hey,
do you
Adrian,
mind saying what town you live in, or text me what town you live in?
Gainesville.
You live in Gainesville, in the city limits.
No, the county.
No, he's kind of in the middle of nowhere, Mel. There's not a whole lot around him.
Hey, Adrian, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you Google speed test? And then there'll be a big blue button that says run speed test, and let me know what that test is.
Trust me, I've done it many times. And when I do it, it gives me like 5.2 down and like 0.23 of upload.
That's
Damn,
insane.
That's
crazy.
ridiculous, bro. That's nuts.
That's not even
I know.
dial up.
And you're paying for that?
Yeah.
It seems like your internet on your phone is probably faster than that.
Do they have an upgradable package for you, bro?
Absolutely.
Like something to
No, they
upgrade?
don't.
On his phone would be
They don't.
faster.
That you've got the highest package that AT&T has.
In this area, yes.
I would hate to see what the regular package is in that area. Good God.
Oh,
Do you
my
have,
There's no
do you have
regular
5G
package.
on your phone?
Hey,
No.
Adrian,
The 5G not even available on my phone either.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna share this with you. Just,
That's
I guess, to deliberately hurt your feelings. I don't know.
that's why Starlink needs to get out of beta already.
So there's my up and down right now while I'm running StreamYards.
Yeah, that's good. That's real good, right?
Yeah.
Hey,
that's-
Mel, I don't want
Well,
you to feel
I've never
inferior,
seen
but I've got 511 and 806.
yeah, but you're in Nashville.
Yeah, I'm on
Sean.
fiber.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, I am too.
Let's see what mine's at.
I get 200 down and 12 up on Spectrum internet.
But I've got 375, 380 on the average, and I'm paying for 300. So
Yeah.
Matt, if you're
I've got more overflow internet speed than Adrian has all month.
Matt, if you're getting less than 100 down and 10 up, call Spectrum, because me and Jim both found out that they upgraded and didn't put everybody on the right speed. About 2 weeks ago, we found that out. We were paying for 200 down and 12 up, and they were only giving us 100 down and 10 up.
What am I doing?
And they didn't
Yep.
charge us any extra for it neither.
That's true, Bob. Casey, that's absolutely true. And it's going to be a wonderful thing, because then maybe they'll finally quit crybabying about all the vaccines that don't work and the masks that don't work. But I doubt it. They'll still crybaby it. Anyway, let's not. God, I want to go there.
My upload is 22.8 and my download is 602.1.
Yeah, see, now that's
I
a
wish I had that.
respectable upload. You can upload videos to YouTube fairly easily. You can do StreamYards really easy because StreamYard server does all the heavy lifting. You can, if you didn't bring in a lot of guests, you could even do a OBS upload with that kind of internet speed, you know?
Yeah.
And, I mean, and it would work. It would work just fine.
Yeah, unfortunately, again, it's not available here. And the thing is that I'm mile.
Ray, are you leaving, Ray?
No, I'm just saying hello to Curtis Dart.
Oh,
1 mile away from me to my right hand side, people actually can get Cox, Comcast, Xfinity, Windstream, everybody, but in this little area, it's not available at all.
well, Adrian, you know what that means? That means just one thing, man. It could only be one thing.
The one thing broke up for me.
You only need one thing, and that it means one thing, and that one thing is that you have to move 1 mile then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's crazy how you can't get any other services in there. There's no
I
like
know.
mom and pop services that are up in that area. Nowhere. Dude, you're
Say
in
that again?
Gainesville. It's a freaking heavily populated area in Florida.
Yeah, but see, the thing is that a lot of people don't understand when you leave the city limits and you're literally in the woods in the county, everything changes.
Yeah.
Though every fucking thing changes.
Guess it's time to move then, Adrian.
And I've been here
That's
since
what I said. It's time to move.
2013. So
I wonder how much a mile long Ethernet cable costs.
I have no idea, but I know that the company told me, well, Adrian, if you want it, a couple of things can happen. They told me you could move. I told them, kiss my ass. Two, they say that if you have enough people that are willing to pay for a tower to be installed, closer, then that'll work. But that's going to be thousands of dollars. We don't have that kind of freaking money.
Okay. It would cost $2,500, $3,000 for them to run a cable on the power poles that are already in the ground.
That's
a cable
something that you're saying, Mel, but that's not the amount they're talking about.
No, I mean, it wouldn't even cost the company that much to run a cable a mile. Wouldn't even cost them $2,500.
Yeah, but that's not what they're going to charge either.
They're talking about they're going to charge more.
Yeah.
So.
That's one of the pet peeves that I have. I was talking about this last night. This right here.
Andrew Silver Fox, how you doing, buddy?
This right here is my case that holds 10 SIM cards. And my MoPi router, I could put a Verizon SIM card in it with 15 gig of data on that SIM card for $10. And when I ran over the 15 gig of data usage on the Verizon plan, it would cost me like $2 a gig or $10 a gig or something stupid. So I went to the Verizon store one day and I said, hey, can I get another SIM card assigned to this device? And they were like, well, I don't know. We've never done that. I said, well, let's try it. So they took my SIM card out of I had a MiFi hotspot. That's what the SIM card came out of when I put it in the router. And so I pulled that one out. They stuck a new one in. They did all their magic and turned it on and activated it, and it worked. And I said, okay, give me 5 more. Because the $15 or 15 gigabyte card was $10. But yet I would pay $10 a gig if I went over. So I ended up with 10 of them. That gave me 150 gigabyte of data usage for the month for $100. And that's how I have my internet in the backwoods of West Tennessee.
Hey, my Grinning, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, Dre, how you doing?
If I went back to my house in Tennessee right now, I would have to go back to that same setup.
And the thing is, Mel, that also when it comes to my phone service, it's also run to the AT&T network, and that also fucking sucks.
Well, have you tried like somebody put in the chat? Have you tried like Verizon Jetpacks, any of those? Because I know Verizon's got some really good signal.
Yeah, because usually if you're in an area where AT&T is bad, usually Verizon will be good or Sprint will be good. Have you investigated
I've been hearing
those?
something about how Verizon and T-Mobile have some kind of in-home 5G internet network going on. I have to go ahead and check it out and see what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Hey, Have DroneWorl Fly, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for
Wouldn't that be a
in.
kick in the pants if you could get a 5G signal and pay half the price for like the first year or something, for an introductory thing? Or
hey, Borg, thank you for popping in. New person to my stream. I really appreciate
Curtis Dart. Man, Adrian Curtis don't even come on my live streams.
Yeah.
Hey, Curtis Dart, how you doing, buddy?
And Dre, look at the hat I'm wearing, buddy.
Uh-oh.
There you go.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Recovery One Drone, Dre, how you doing, bro? If you're here, Dre, I sent you a link.
Where the hell's mine at? Dude, I could not get the bill of that hat straight curve to save my life. It just kept freaking going back.
Come on.
I could not get it.
Play baseball. You know how to do it.
I know. Yep, I did that, and I tied a freaking rubber band around it, and it just straight back. Could not get it.
I just messaged Dre today.
Go ahead and hit the thumbs up on the stream for me. I really appreciate it.
No, you have to tie it, Matty, steam it, and then dry it that way.
Kind of like a cowboy hat.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just messaged
Steam
Trey
it,
today
shake
and
it, and
asked
dry
him
it.
if he could send me a sticker, and he's sending me one in the mail for me.
But
Hey,
you know, all you really got to do is buy good quality hats, and then they're already curved. See?
You like sticking that Trump hat up there, don't you?
Everybody's
I
saying
know it
that
would have
fat.
been absolutely low class, but I think 2 days ago on the 6th is when he should have announced that he was running in 2024.
Yeah, that's all I'm using, Mike. Flies on drone. I got it strictly without any Wi-Fi, strictly through the Ethernet, straight to the laptop, and it still sucks.
Hey, Adrian, do you want to keep talking about your internet, or do you want to talk about something else?
No, we're gonna talk about something else. It's just that it's fucking frustrating. That, I wish it just gets somebody else in here.
Adrian, we don't feel the frustration at all. We can all talk about anything we want. I mean, you're welcome to sit and listen.
That's why it's called Free Fall Saturday, whatever we want to talk about.
Yeah, use the banners and StreamYard to communicate to us.
I know I got to compliment Chris Hope on 2 Minutes of Hope.
That was a nice one, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
And I saw it today on his, and it was great, Chris.
Really good.
Yep.
He has a lot of fun
Very
doing that.
nice. It was a good one.
All right, smoke time. Smoke break.
I've
Adrian,
done
you been
that era.
doing any flying, bro, or what?
What was that, Matty?
Have you been doing any flying? I don't know. I'm just bringing up fucking conversation.
Yeah, actually, I did some flying today. I'm waiting for YouTube to go ahead and upload the video so I can go ahead and make it public. What about you, Matty? You been doing any flying today?
Yes, I have. I have to mute. You hear this shit? It's my neighbors. God. Can you hear that?
No,
What is that?
My freaking neighbors, my Spanish neighbors.
It sounds like they're rocking some reggaeton over there.
It's Spanish music, dude. I have no clue what they're saying. None.
Adrian, I flew my Mavic Mini last night for a sunset flight.
You got the original Mavic Mini, the first one?
Yeah, the original one.
Yeah, mine too.
I sent it up and got a nice little sunset flight in.
Nice.
So who won the Mavic Mini that I gave away? Does anybody know? I don't even remember.
Hey, Curtis Dodd, this is actually the Windows 10 on this computer,
I sent it to someone.
not Windows 98.
I'm trying to remember who you sent that to.
Was it?
Why not?
Chris?
I didn't send
No.
that to you, did I, Ray? Who did I send that to?
Chris. Sunrise Water
Chris
Media.
Hope? Oh, Sunrise Water Media. That's
Yeah.
right. Yep.
Okay.
Hey, Jody Drone Shots, how you doing, buddy?
Thank you, Mike.
Hey, Mel, have you shot any
Bob
B-roll
too.
yet?
Thank you, Bob. God, all you guys' memories are better than mine. Jeez.
I tell you, Mel, if I don't write things down, I don't remember nothing.
It's the
Boy,
flat
I
bill now.
guess.
Hey, Chris Hope, how you doing, buddy? Hey,
Is that what, Justin?
Mickey MTH, how you doing, bro?
I said it's the flat bill hats. That's what makes better.
Oh, is that
memory.
what makes up the memory
Yeah.
difference? Okay. Okay. Yeah, I ain't wearing it. I'll keep the curved one. That's all right.
Hey, Jody, Drone Shots, how you doing?
So what's the latest drone you bought, Adrian? You buy the
DJI
Mavic
Air
3?
2S.
He's got the Air 2S.
Oh, you
Steve
didn't buy the
Copeland,
Mavic
how
3
you
yet?
doing?
No, not yet.
Why not?
I didn't feel like spending the money.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll buy it in a couple of years when it's cheaper.
If I'm gonna
You know,
get
you
it,
guys-
probably gonna be later on in the future, but not right now.
You
Well,
guys,
I don't
might-
know.
Hey, Charles, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for popping in, sir.
Well, I don't know because DJI drones don't really go down in price. They'll go on sale every once in a while, but they pretty much hold their price for years because a lot of the
Yeah.
older
Yeah.
ones that are 4 or 5
Yeah.
years old are still the same price.
Kind of like the DJI
or
Yeah.
more.
Pro
They
and
think
the
they're worth
Tucson,
more.
Justin, They're still holding the price pretty good.
They hold their value too when you resell them.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That they do.
Hello, Steve Carpenter.
What's up,
So,
Steve?
How you doing, Charles?
Hey, Mike B, aka Drone Ranger, how you doing, buddy?
are you still
I
rocking
took
that
a chance. I
Inspire
took a
1,
chance.
Sean, or
Like-
did you get in a 2 yet?
Yeah, I'm still flying the Inspire 1. I don't have a camera for it right now. I sold the X5, and so I could get it. I saw a Canon C100 for sale, so I basically just swapped those out. But yeah, so now I use the Inspire to carry my Can-Do Kucam 8K and my Insta360s and do a lot of 360 from the air.
Right.
It's a whole lot easier to carry something with the Inspire than it is to slap
Well,
a camera on the Air 2S or something like that.
It's made for it.
Yep.
Especially when you have a 3D printer, you can make, brackets to clip onto the arms and
Yep.
leave the landing gear down, and you can carry a pretty heavy load with that drone.
How you
Yeah.
doing, Carolina Air
I made
Shots?
this one to go straight into the camera.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
So
How you doing, Steve Carpenter? Hey, Steve, I send you a link if you want to hop on in, buddy.
I mean, you're right about that, Lon. Look how much not the Inspire, the 4 has gone up and down. And it keeps going up in price too.
Yeah, I see people with Mavic 2 Pro with a Fly More combo and a couple of ND filters, and they think it's worth $2,500. They're nuts.
yeah. I've gotten pretty good at talking people down. Like just like that Inspire 1 I bought for $700. Like even if it flew.
Yeah, that's a great price.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, so you look on Facebook and you see that someone's been selling the thing for 6 months, and then it's real easy to tell them that they've got it priced way too high. Like nobody's going to buy that drone for that much. Like
Right.
nobody's going to buy an Inspire 1 for $2,000 and
Yeah, I mean,
and
it's
then
end of
have
life.
to
You
go
can't get
spend like
batteries
$400
hardly
on
anymore.
batteries. Yeah.
Right.
And Drone Nerds was selling Inspire 1s, refurbished ones for like I think $1,000 not too long ago.
Max
Yeah.
Air 420 got one with like 4 batteries, I believe, or something for $800.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what mine came with. I was sitting there with the guy, and he was trying to sell me each battery for $200, and I was like, I just want the drone and one battery that works. And then by the time we were done, he was like, well, I'm not going to get rid of these batteries, so he just threw the batteries in, and then he threw like a lens in, like he just kept throwing stuff in. I was like, I just stayed there until he threw everything in.
But you know which drone seems to sell, even if it's overpriced, though, every time is the Phantom 4s.
Yeah.
People will buy those regardless if they're a little overpriced or not. Those are pretty in high demand.
Yeah, I wish I still had mine. I sold my last one for $1,000, and I wish I'd have kept it.
Yeah. I had one for a couple months.
Out of all the drones that I've sold, the 2 that I miss the most is the Phantom 4 Pro and the Mavic 2 Zoom.
How you doing, Tom? Lens Capture Online. How you doing,
Funny
buddy?
enough, I had 2 Inspire 1 V2s, the Pro model, and I don't miss them a bit.
Yeah.
Hey, Tom, I'm about to send you a link if you want to hop on in, buddy.
Adrian, I'm going to actually bounce out, bro. I got some shit to do here at home. I'll stay in the chat still. All right.
All right. I appreciate
Later,
it,
man.
Matty.
Yeah,
Thank you
man.
for coming in, bro.
Later, guys.
See him. Yeah, Ray, are you back home now?
Yeah, I'm back in Florida. Yeah, I got back Thursday morning on a red-eye flight, But I'm glad to be back in Florida.
Hey, Tom, Lens Capture Online. I'll send you a link if you want to hop on in, buddy. When did you get here in Florida, Ray?
Say that again, Adrian.
When did you make it to Florida?
He just said.
When did I get back here?
When? Okay.
Thursday, Adrian. He got back Thursday.
Thursday morning. But we were talking about drones before, and my first DJI drone was a used Phantom 4. I took a chance, and I didn't know if it was a bad drone or a good drone, but luckily it was a good drone, and I got a couple of good years out of using that one.
Yeah,
Hey, Dre, how you doing, buddy?
Doing good. How you guys doing?
my first good drone from the Parrot AR2 was a Phantom 3 Standard.
Yep, that was my first DJI drone, the famous Phantom 3 Standard.
Yep. Hello, Dre.
How we doing, man?
Had the red stripes on it.
Hey,
Dre,
Dre.
I had the
Hey,
gold
Cap.
stripes, I think, on mine. And
So Dre, when you were hosting Mr. Captain Ray Kelly in your neck of the woods, did he treat you right?
No. It's not about he treat us right. We got to treat him right.
We had a good time. That's all I'll say. Very good time. And I love my hat. I love my hat and the shirt. The shirt's being washed though.
Okay. Good deal. Good stuff. Yeah. Like I say, I said in my video, I enjoyed the company more than I did the flying. So
How you
it was
doing,
good,
Mr.
good
JRC?
to meet up with people like that and just sit there and just, like I say, chew the fat.
Hey,
We
Dre,
had a good time. And Dana Point Harbor, that is a fantastic place to fly drones, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Beautiful place. Very beautiful.
yeah, I've flown there.
Yeah.
hey,
You
Dre,
know, it's
your
funny.
sticker's going to get a prestigious spot on the back of my laptop.
Oh,
I
okay.
was
Not a problem. I appreciate
I was
that.
sitting in my pickup truck, my black Silverado dually,
Yeah.
parked at the hotel because you couldn't smoke in the hotel. Now, when I checked into the hotel, they told me there was no smoking in the room. I said, okay, that's all right. I'll go outside to smoke. Well, I'm sitting in my pickup and it's like midnight and I'm on the phone with Lloyd and we're talking. And there's some guy that starts walking around me out there taking pictures of me. And I'm like, what the hell is this guy doing? So
It's so
I
pretty, Mel.
grab my pistol and I get out of my truck and I got my pistol in the back of my pants and I got a long sleeve shirt over it. And I start walking up to him. I'm like, what are you doing taking my picture? There's nothing for you to see here. So he starts walking away. And I was like, man, I'm talking to you. Don't walk away from me with your back to me. I can't shoot you in the back. And he kept walking. And then he started running. And I told Steve that story the next morning. Steve Carpenter came and met me for breakfast.
Oh,
We went in this little restaurant right there at the harbor.
The brig.
And-
I bet he took you to the brig.
Yeah, took me to the brig. I got the brig's hat too somewhere. So
boy.
then I find out that Steve will have to say in the chat if it's the county or the city limits. California passed a law that you can't smoke there in that town or in that county or something. So I'm sitting in my pickup with Tennessee plates on it, right? And I'm having a cigarette and I'm yakking on the phone. And this guy starts taking a picture of me so he can collect evidence that I'm smoking in the city limits.
How you
Wow.
doing, Peter Carl?
Do you believe that?
That is
Yeah.
funny.
I was done with the power line job I was on with Precision Hawk, and I was headed south. I visited Steve. I went and saw my sister and family and stuff. And then I left California, and I've not been back since.
How
Well,
you doing, Mr. JRC?
there's some cities that have apps too that people can take pictures of parking violations of the license plates in the cars and send it in, and they'll get money for that.
You're kidding.
Now, there's some cities around the U.S. that have apps like that.
Wow.
I know there's it's called Go Request, and it allows you to report different potholes, tree limbs, things like that, to send to the city. But I
Yeah,
have
city
not
of
heard,
Dana Point.
I never heard of anyone getting money back because they owe me a lot of money. Because what I do is I as a city employee, I send it in anonymously, so nobody is in the city thinks like I'm trying to give everybody extra work to do. So if I see something, hey, there's a illegal dump over here, put it on a list, get picked up, stuff like that, potholes over here. Hey, let's take care of this and that, everything. But I never heard of people getting money back. I need to move there.
I'm
That's
sure
before-
there's people.
That's better than standing on the corner, which is at the off ramp.
Well,
But I
think
mean,
about
so
it.
you kind of got to wonder. I mean, was this guy? He was on the phone, and he
Uh-huh.
kept taking a picture of me.
Right.
So I'm wondering, was he like on the phone with the local police department trying to get them to come and get me for smoking in his
How you doing,
town?
Tom?
Yeah, and
You
I'm
know?
sure they're probably
mean-
telling him they don't have no officers available to respond to some silliness like that.
Yeah.
Hey, Tom, how you doing, buddy?
That's the
Good,
Mr.
Adrian. How are
Tom.
you? Hey,
Yeah.
Hey,
everyone.
Tom. How you
I'm doing
What's
doing?
up,
pretty
Ray?
good.
Gentlemen, good evening.
Yeah.
Happy New Year to all.
Was that recent video with the FPV, or was that just flying another drone? Because when you're out in the desert, everything looks fast.
That was actually, I did that Dre this morning with the DJI FPV.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
How
good.
you doing, Okie Tom? Thank you for popping in, buddy.
Thanks, bro. Thanks for having me, man. It was that thing you're talking about is that's the tattletale law. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's be our brother's keeper.
Yeah.
That can wear a bit thin sometimes, though.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Oh,
you can
this is
understand
not
it for
cool.
most things, but
Adrian,
you know,
hey
there's
guys,
enough Karens out there that I don't think we need a 1-800 snitch, right?
Dre,
Right.
Ray,
Yeah.
Sean, Justin, everybody, Adrian. I'm gonna bounce out because I don't think it's right that the host should have to leave his own show. So
Well, you see, none of us noticed.
Adrian is very courteous like that.
okay.
Dre,
Adrian,
Yeah,
thanks
brother.
for the invite.
Dre.
I'll see you later.
Hey, Dre, I'm gonna let that one slide, Dre.
Oh, because you bounce out in a heartbeat for whatever reason you want to. If you eating or being undressed or getting dressed in the shower, whatever.
You
never
damn
know
right.
what you. We never know
You
what you.
damn right.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's getting impressions. He don't even
Mel.
have
I
to do
appreciate
anything.
it, sir.
Hey, Sean, did you get that link I sent you?
No, I didn't.
B-roll, of the B-roll?
Did you put it on the? Did you put it up on the club?
I couldn't figure out getting the club, so I sent it to you directly.
Okay.
And put it in the email. I said B-roll, whatever submission and stuff.
Okay.
And I thought you might have got it because I saw a couple more views on my channel. I was like, oh, maybe he got it and people are looking at it. So that's why I was just following up.
You said it to. Yeah, I'll check my spam to see if it showed up there.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
Steve Carpenter, I'll send you a link if you want to hop on in, buddy.
Yeah.
So, Dre, you been doing any flying lately, sir? Did you fly today?
Well, yeah, I was out today. I had to do what I call a pre-flight of another potential job that I may be trying to get here. It's a state job. So I went out with the general contractor. And a lot of times, Tom can probably attest to this, when you're doing state contracts, you'd be surprised of the language. It's so outdated. They're used to having helicopters or aircraft, and they're talking about, things of that, a decade or two back as far as the language in the contract. And this, it's a lady who's is the general contractor. She's trying to submit information for the bid using a drone. So
Contract administrator, yeah.
Right, so
Recycling specs.
right. So we're just trying to meet the criteria for the contract, but using drone language in place of regular aircraft photogrammetry and stuff. So I was showing them today what the drone can do. So I did a quick orbit doing pictures, and then I did another grid mapping to show them that, because I guess it's a big thing. Like I did a little video today I'm not even put together about, they want a pre-flight showing the existing conditions of the area, so nobody can come in and say, hey, their equipment damaged this, damaged that, or whatever, so you got to replace it. So they want a pre-flight initially, ongoing flights, probably monthly, and then a post-flight when the project is all done is shown what has happened, any damage as far as existing infrastructure, all that kind of good stuff. So
Used to the technology.
yeah, that's all it is. It just the language in the contract doesn't match the technology being used and stuff. So yeah, so that's I met with them today and try to iron out some of that stuff and explain some things. And I did like a sample flight. I used my Phantom 3 Pro since it only has the 12 megapixels, so easier to render all the stitching in the photographs. Save me. I'm doing it on my own machine for that. So I don't
Chris.
want to be there for 2 days trying to render all that stuff, stitch it together. I think it was like 200 something photos, which is still small, but that at 20 megapixels, that could be like a 2-day grind out, and stuff. So I shot it with the Phantom 3 Pro and got it done in about 2 hours.
Hard drive killers.
Yep, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Hard drive killers and stuff. So yeah, that was about it today. And hopefully Monday I got a Zoom interview with another company to do an Amazon project out in Beaumont, California.
Oh wow, good.
Hey, getting around, bro.
Adrian.
Yeah.
Adrian.
Go ahead, Mel.
Dre.
Yes,
Dre,
sir.
real quick.
Yes, sir. Yes.
I have yet to get any contact information from you about expanding.
Oh, that's why I kept telling you guys. I didn't want to. This guy was, every time I see him, I feel like he's selling me something. But he's asking me to do work. And it got to the point now. He is out. I've seen pictures. He's out somewhere in Northern California doing the work, but he has not asked me to come on board yet to fly the power lines. So I'm kind of waiting for him. Because my thing is, I need paperwork.
Yeah.
I don't want to submit anything to you guys unless I have something in hand, which in turn I can hand you something.
Sure.
Sure.
I just thought I'd follow up since we were right here in the chat together.
No problem. No problem. I said, like I told him, I said, hey, we're talking about going, out of state and stuff. I said, I got, connection with people who have done this type of work. And if I can't physically fly out there, do it, I'll hand it off to somebody else.
Yeah.
I don't have to eat the whole pie. I'm not that greedy. I got other things to do and other responsibilities that I don't mind sharing. If I got something way up north, I'll call Al Diaz. If I got something out of state, I'll call one of you guys that live there. And now that Tom's out here and he ain't got nothing to do, I'll give him something to do.
You got nothing to do but be retired, right, Ray?
That's it.
Sean,
Ray, I don't know. My dance card is kind of full now, more full than it was when I was working, right?
Private chat.
I mean, Tom, do you like it out there in Nevada?
Oh, yeah. You know what it is? Living in the level of density that I did for the last 40 years, being in the great wide open has its appeal. Okay. My commute to work, I live 6 miles away from work in Queens and had to commute to Brooklyn by car. And 6 miles would take me an hour and 20 minutes on average. Okay,
yeah,
so
that's no exaggeration either.
No. Those were good days, by the way. Those were good days. Okay.
Yeah.
But I could go from that desert scene you saw today, which it was 67 degrees out there. From there, in 30 minutes, I can be at Mount Charleston, where there's currently 67 inches of snow at the base. So there's a lot of appeal to that, man. I like that. Okay.
Yeah.
And my wife doesn't road rage as much in the right seat as anymore. So that's a plus also.
Well, when there's nobody to yell at, it ain't hard.
No, and you know what? We miss the big traffic every week. Out here, Dre can tell you, it's the traffic from Vegas back to LA.
Yes.
Okay. The LA losers all going back to LA. Okay. So
any Sunday afternoon.
Oh man.
Any Sunday afternoon is a nightmare between Vegas and Barstow, and then
they're turning the breakdown lane into a third lane to try to alleviate some of the problems. But Dre can tell you, it's going to be a whole load of construction on the California side, even to make a dent.
Right.
That's where I grew up. Mel was in Barstow.
Yeah.
Hey, Sean, look at the private chat. Mel sent you something.
Yeah.
I replied to it.
Yeah, I just took a drive up to Lompoc, California, which is Vandenberg Air Force Base. It's supposed to be, even by Google standard, 3 hours and some change ride. I left Tuesday around noon. I made it there in 2 hours and 30 minutes. Came back Friday morning, made it back 2 hours, 45 minutes. I left around 8 o'clock in the morning. Beautiful drive, Tom. Beautiful drive. Yeah. And it's like I said, you go up to 101, and then once you get within about 10 miles of Lompoc, it turns into the 1. And it's just San Luis Obispo on down. It's just a beautiful ride along the coast.
It's funny today. We got done flying around the desert floor, and then we figured we'd take the truck across the desert floor. and I was in 4-wheel high, and I got to be honest with you, the road that lake bed is smoother than the roads I went
How you
across.
doing, Steve-O?
Hello, everybody.
But
Hey,
you know,
Steve.
we're going down a week from Monday. We're going to go down to Desert Hot Springs.
Yeah.
With the RV. We're going to take the
Right.
RV down there. We're going to, camp for a good 4 or 5 days down there. Best time to go down there, right, Trey? It's 70 degrees.
That's right. This is the time of year to be down there.
More months, it could almost double that temperature. So.
Yeah. Well, like I say, it's this is their high tourist season down there. The hotel rates are sky high right now because we get all the snowbirds from people from up in the Great Northwest and Canada come down to the Palm Springs area.
Yeah.
Down there, Coachella.
Well, I bring my own
Quinta.
5-star hotel with me, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got the right idea on that, and they flood the area.
That's what we did. We came cross country in that RV. I mean, you know, it was a dream. You know, I'm not kidding. It's a little 5-star studio suite. You know, and it's and the great thing, it's your pillow, your mattress, your sheets.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it because I'm a snowbird, but you know that really helps in the economy. That whole area, when the snowbirds come, it really.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah, no.
Florida hate the snowbirds. They really do. They don't want us.
Is that right?
Because you guys clog the roads up.
They can't wait until we can.
So let me ask you, Ray, do you have Florida plates on your car down in Florida?
It's the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's the same thing in Palm.
Ray?
It's the same thing in Palm Springs and Indio and every place else like that. They don't want to see the snowbirds come in. Some friends of mine,
but it's a portion of their economy they can't take for granted. Right?
Major portion.
You know, even Vegas. You know, I met a lot of the neighbors. It was nice. You know, we got invited for New Year's. It was got to meet a lot of the neighbors. I would say a good 50% of the neighbors are snowbirds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing because they pay HOA all year long, not just 6 months out of the year. So that keeps my neighborhood nice. And quiet, actually, because they're not here half the time.
A friend of mine bought a place in La Quinta, and the whole entire street that they were on there was only 3 people that were from California. All the rest were owned by Canadians.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And they come down, during the wintertime, and then like a bunch of dumb fools, we go out to the Colorado River in the summer instead of going out there. But they come down there, and it's just inundated. Otherwise, you go there in the summertime into the resort, it's like no man's land.
Yeah, it's a ghost town because it's too hot to be there.
Yeah.
Well, that's why with the RV, we're going to chase 75 degrees.
Yeah.
You know, June, July, and August are the months we got to worry about.
Oh, yeah.
But the rest of the time,
exactly, Lon.
It's sensational. I mean,
Wow,
I can't complain about the weather out here.
Yeah. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. So we get that In-N-Out shirt from Cap. That another California gift.
Say that again, Dre.
I see you wearing that In-N-Out shirt. Is that another California gift?
Southern California. Yeah.
In-N-Out burger.
Yeah.
I love this place.
Hey, Ray, you know what I had today, Ray? White
In-N-Out
Castle.
burger.
No, White Castle.
Yeah.
Oh, White Castle. Yeah,
White Castle in Jean, Nevada. There's only 2 of them out here. There's one on the Las Vegas Strip.
Yep.
No, that's up on Fremont Street. The problem with that one is they put mayonnaise on the burgers, which doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
I've never had White Castle. But the one at in Jean, Nevada, so it's the largest Chevron station in the world. I think.
Yeah, the place is huge.
The place is enormous.
I mean, I love White Castle hamburgers. I really do.
And we had our White Castles today. You know, the wife had her 4 single sliders, and I had my 2 double sliders with cheese. Okay. Guys, gentlemen, if you've never had White Castles, I can tell you the collateral benefit is it's the best high colonic you can get. Okay. Because good White Castles will clean you out. That's for sure.
White Castle milkshakes are the best too.
Yeah, Ray. That's true. That's true, Ray. But White Castles, they came up with a great marketing thing years ago. But a lot of a lot of burger places have tried to follow. They called them sliders.
Mm-hmm.
But with White Castles, it had true meaning. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
They're about this big. They're about this big, Tom.
Hey, Ray, I remember, memories going back. My dad used to take me and my two brothers to White Castles every Thursday. And back then they had car hops and hot pants and skates.
Oh,
yep.
And all he had to do was bring my mother back 4 single sliders, okay? But my father never moaned or groaned about taking us boys out to White Castle.
They must have used real meat back then.
Look, it's real meat. It's just not a lot of real meat. Okay.
Yeah. Hey Tom, I got another place you might want to go by if you want some barbecue up there in Vegas. It's called the Roadkill Barbecue.
Roadkill Cafe.
Yes, Roadkill by in North Vegas.
It's a famous spot. Yeah.
Yes.
Adrian,
good
swap me
there.
out for you.
Yes,
I can sit in the background. I'm just using the chat to talk to Sean.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
lot of great places to eat out here. That's another good thing.
Oh yeah. Yep. So always somewhere to go, and you don't have to go. You don't have to go on the strip either.
No, we stay.
Tom, I got a question for
White Castle hamburgers. I used to buy extra hamburgers when we left, so my son could take them to school for lunch. And he was like the biggest hit because he had White Castle hamburgers for lunch at school.
Ray, one time going into the firehouse, I had to buy 150 White Castle burgers. I had to call it in, okay? And sure enough, man, about 30 minutes later, I had 150 sliders, okay?
Question, Tom.
But it's real important. At least in the firehouse, we had a self-contained breathing apparatus, so it helped, right? The aftermath. Okay.
Yeah.
Question. Hey,
go
Tom,
ahead.
I got a question. How you liking that DJI FPV drone, sir?
Oh, I fell in love with it the first time I got it. I'm an early adopter, and I grabbed that thing right away. And the thing that interests me was the motion controller. And, I had used a product many years ago called the FT Aviator, which really didn't get its due and unfortunately didn't get enough backing. But that was basically almost like a joystick. And that's what the motion controller is. And I'll tell you, it's very intuitive. It's very smooth, and it gives you it's really like going from flying a Cessna 172 to feeling like you're flying an F-14. Okay?
One thing I love about the motion controller, Tom, is that it's very responsive, to the touch.
Yeah,
it's really responsive. They did
I think they
did an amazing
job.
job.
Show
with
finesse. Yeah.
I know one thing. When I saw you flying that at the Brooklyn meetup, Tom, I was like totally amazed that the way you were flying it. You know,
they were getting on my case because I had, it's not often you fly a drone with one hand in your pocket.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was just relaxing in the corner, just kicking back, and I had the one hand, the thumb resting on the pocket, just flying. It's very relaxing. What's funny is I sit on the tailgate of the truck, of the pickup truck, right? And I'm flying around, and the wife goofs on me all the time because she knows when I get close to things, because I lift my legs up, like I'm going to hit them with my legs. So, I love the idea of flying with the goggles. I wish I could fly my Mavics with the goggles. I think that would make a world of difference from a photography standpoint. I do like the RC. It has its place. The motion controller, I enjoy that. But when I fly my Mavics, using the smart controller, the screen is okay. But I used to have a Crystal Sky Ultra Bright, which was a lot larger and 2,000 nit brightness. And these eyes aren't getting any younger. So, especially standing out in the desert, I would like a brighter screen. So that's why I love the goggles, because it occludes that light and you can really focus on what you're doing.
Steve, I've never been to California before, sir.
Never have?
Never have. When driving over the road, I had a chance to go several times, but they keep changing the load to go somewhere else. So yeah, never been over there.
Well, one thing you want to be doing is driving a truck over here. You hit our border and it's 55 miles an hour. Period. The whole state.
Yep.
The whole state.
Not only that, soon I won't be able to run my generators for my RV in the state of California, unless they're solar generators. We won't be able to run our RV generator sets if they run on gasoline or diesel. I mean, really?
I'm so glad I moved out of California.
Well, I love how the gas price changes by a whole buck as you cross the California border. Okay,
right.
Is gas pretty cheap in Nevada, Tom?
No, right. We're paying what we pay in New York. We're paying $3.60, $3.70. Okay, same as you're paying. What are you paying in Florida right now, right?
Well, it was $3.17 today on a pump. Yeah,
see, that's good. That's good.
But I wait, and I fill up at Costco. Costco is about 30 cents, 40 cents cheaper.
30 to 40 cents cheaper right now.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's not good for Florida because a year ago we were only paying like $1.30, $1.40 on average.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, I was surprised when in early December we went to Vegas for 5 days, and I was surprised how expensive gas had jumped up over there, because
Steve,
I remember having to travel there.
Prices,
I remember having to travel there for work years back, and it was, I mean, at least $1 cheaper a gallon, but it was only, I want to say maybe 20, 30 cents cheaper, but in places it was the same price as California.
Well, what really gave me sticker shock was my car registration. Okay, two cars and an RV wound up costing me $2,400 to register.
Oh God!
Ouch.
So, and then next year that will drop to $1,800 per year.
Oh, you got to pay out of state.
Yeah, an impact fee or something.
Well, no, there was a processing fee this time, but next time my level rate is about $1,800 for the 3 vehicles. A portion of that you can write off on your taxes if you itemize.
Right.
But that was sticker shock coming from New York, where I would pay, I think, $153 every 2 years. Yeah. But here it's based on the value of your vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
But the things we have going for us is there's no income tax. There's no state or city income tax.
Yeah.
And it's a pension-friendly state. They don't tax your pension, and they don't tax Social Security, and raising that same boat there with Florida.
Yep.
So
that's
definitely a destination state if you have a defined benefits package, like a cop or a firefighter,
Mm-hmm.
it's a good deal. It's a good deal. My job is now to spend their money. Okay.
So going back to drones, Dre, when you gonna go ahead and let me have that duel?
No, I'm not going, because this Amazon job might be the first time I get the chance to actually use it, because I have that RTK module on it, and they're talking about they want RTK photogrammetry precision.
RTK makes all the difference.
So right now, Dre, is that a thumbs up to go? You still doing all the planning, working the kinks?
Oh, it's a go. It's definitely a go on that. Like I say, I got it for this reason, and now this is coming up, and I got to meet with these guys on a Zoom call Monday morning. They'll work out the details, and I'll be out there near the what casinos out there? Was Morongo. I'll just be on the other side of the freeway of the Morongo Casino out there in Beaumont area, Banning in Beaumont, doing his job.
So how often you gonna be doing? You gonna be doing it every month?
They're talking about every week.
Every week,
I'm like,
night.
I'm not, and I said I'm not crying about that at all. Every week, I say, yeah, I'll be there. It's not but a 20-minute drive for me.
It's gonna be mainly on the weekends. You're gonna be doing it.
Well, that's what I shoot for, because of the same thing I tell them. I said, they always like, well, during the week. I said, no. I said, per FAA regulations, it's best to be doing a weekend because I have less traffic, I have less people to be concerned about. And they sit there and think about it, says, yeah, that would work. That'll work. You know. But like everything else, a business is a business. They operate Monday through Fridays, and they expect you to operate or do what you do. But I say no. You know, like today, I was talking to these folks, and they said the first time I fly this job, because it's a state job, I may have to come during the week so I can be out there with the state inspector. Because this is going to be a highway patrol facility. So I got to be out there with a state inspector, and after that, I said, they said you can move the weekends all you want. Because I told them, I said, well, the metadata in the files will show us the time and date the flights are taking place. So it's not going to be an issue about, because Mel can tell you, he's done this kind of work. Everybody's always suspicious of everybody else. Who's trying to cut corners and cheat the system for the money. Because everybody who gets a state, county, basically a government contract seems to walk out the door with more than they should. So that's the whole gist of it. I said, well, I can't do that because you can look at my metadata and it'll tell you the dates and times that I fly.
Yeah. Hey guys, do me a favor. Go ahead and hit the thumbs up on the stream. I really appreciate it. Let me go ahead and pull myself out and bring Tom back in.
Yeah.
Hey, Draymond.
Yes, sir.
I got your email. I went ahead and set you up, and then I just sent you information.
All right. It hasn't popped up yet because my email is always open. I haven't seen anything pop up yet, so I'm looking for it.
It should be like an activation email. All you gotta do is click the link, and then you'll be good to go.
Yeah, I thought that was a good idea that you have there. You have people submit different things for different reasons. I'm like, okay,
yeah,
need a chance to spread out my wings and then meet more people.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to run my YouTube channel for cheap this year. Instead of buying the latest thing and doing 5 videos on it that 10 people watch, I'm gonna try to build a community instead of spend a lot of money.
There you go. That's me. We're all not rich like Adrian.
Well, I have to say that the guy that I've seen grow the fastest, and he hasn't been doing YouTube that long and flying drones that long, is a guy named Barry, N-E Dronalist.
But I tell you, Barry's secret,
1,000 subscribers within like 4 months.
I tell you, Barry let out a secret though. He has a team, his wife, and then there's another young lady who does his marketing. Yep. So he has extra people. I mean, he does out and do the flying, and then his wife has a channel also where she combines some of his stuff on her channel. And this other lady, because he explained it one night how she does the marketing. So she's out there doing the sharing and pushing his channel. So because I'm like you, Kev, I'm like, how is this guy getting so many followers so fast? Yeah. You know, and he's not putting out that much material. And I said that one night, I said, oh, okay, I see it.
I went up to the Rhode Island drone meetup, in August, and he was one of the first guys I met. The first thing he did to me, hey, let me give you my business card.
Yeah.
And he had a business card that had all his information right on it, and his YouTube channel. And I know another guy. As soon as I met him, he ended up giving me some business cards.
Yeah.
But anyway,
he's got a nice.
I just got to poke Dre a little more. Dre even has these postcards that he gives out, and I think it's great, Dre. I really do.
Yeah, that's why I send those out to all the engineering firms and architectural firms in basically San Bernardino, Riverside County, and just the information cards in case they get something going. They say, "Hey, where's that card that guy sent to us?" And
the stickers are a big thing. I don't care what anybody says. The stickers are a big thing. When you get somebody's sticker, man, that
yeah.
And thank you very much, Steve. And I want everybody to know that I have a few extra that I'll be handing out at the South Florida Drone Meetup.
There they go.
From those guys.
Wow. On the side of the case.
There
we got
you go.
Al, Essie Jones, and we got Ray Kelly there. Yeah. Put them on there. Yeah. So I appreciate the stickers too.
I actually have a
you're
hard
welcome.
case. I got a hard case, Dre. I
Uh-huh.
took your advice. I got a hard case, and mine is actually a waterproof one. I actually love that case for the Air 2S, and
Right.
also work for the Mavic Air 2 as well. That thing is freaking amazing.
Oh yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people push the portability factor on, you know, so a lot of smaller drones, but you know, for me, when I go fly or what I do on a normal basis, just like, you know, I remember when Ray Kelly said when I brought that Phantom 3 Pro out, he says, "Wow, that's a professional looking case." I said, "That's the impression I have to put out when I work. That, you know, I got this nice case. And the one I have for that old Phantom 3 Pro is on wheels. It's a big case. You think I'm pulling out a Inspire or something. You know, it's got like 5-6 batteries to it and everything else. And it just gives people a feeling like, okay, this guy has some nice gear. They don't realize
if somebody's paying you $5,000 for a job, you pull out the Inspire too.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
you know, and you want to just give a good impression that they're, in other words, they think they get some value for their money. You know, I go out there and I got a little man purse and whip out, you know, the Air 2 or the Mini or something. Like, what the heck do we do? You know,
don't disparage the DJI Merce.
Hey, I'll see you later, Big Water UAV Solutions. Thank you for coming in, Big Water UAV Solutions. I appreciate you, buddy.
I gave Al a hard time. So he went out and bought a case for his guy. I said, "Man, look like something you get from what's that, Gucci or something. You got your little man purse."
Come on, that's not true.
The Metro.
And it, like for you, Dre, it's fully understandable, the hard cases, and people, it just depends on what you need. I like, for me, just the portability of it for me is the backpack, and I can have it in there. I can put my laptop in there. I can go to my project. I got my drone with me, my laptop with me, my Wi-Fi hotspot, everything in there, and just run with it, you know?
Hey, Russell, thank you for coming in, buddy.
Yeah, I got a backpack for my Phantom 4 Pro, but that's all that fits in there is just that. The little gray foam case. Slides in there, and then I got another spot for upper spot is made just for the batteries, and it has 2 little cargo bags on the side, and then on the top pocket I keep a Crystal Sky and an Apple tablet in the side in the back pocket. I never know which one I'm going to have to use.
Yeah.
One of the fanciest setups I've seen, I flew with Tony, Tropic USA in Jensen Beach. And when he showed me his van, he has half of his exterminating van for his drones. And he's got the commercial shelves in there, and he's got all his hard cases with all his drones on the shelves. I was really impressed with his setup.
Yeah, I would love to have something like that. Just have a vehicle that I use just when I go fly. That I can have the shelving like that and everything else, the slide out drawers and all that kind of nice stuff and everything. Because then I would probably take on a lot more work, because then if I have a vehicle just for that, which I'll probably get me a truck off the ground a little bit, about a 4-inch lift, and I'll go everywhere. You know, I don't have to worry about it. I can't be taking my cars out in the middle of nowhere taking pictures of empty land. I got to worry about if I'm going to make it back.
Get an off-road camper.
Yeah,
an overlander, bro.
RV.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Put a satellite dish on top.
This is the one right here, Dre.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
And this one also has the cutout for the smart controller. 5 batteries and a whole bunch of other. I could put up different stuff on it.
Right. Yep.
So can we talk about the Altel Nano, because that seems to be doing really well as far as reviews go?
To be honest with you, I don't really care about that damn drone. I already have the Altel Evo 2. That Nano is not going to do nothing for me. I don't want it.
None of your drones do anything for you. Fly them once and put them on the shelf. What are you talking about?
Okay.
Man. Here we go.
There
we go.
Oh, he took him in the back room.
Yeah. I had to slap him around a little bit. Hey. Now, I don't know if you guys, anybody's bought anything from DroneWorks, but they helped me out a lot. But this is the most impressive thing I got from them. This coin and stuff. I really like this.
Challenge coin, right?
Challenge coin.
Yeah.
Challenge coin.
Yeah. And that's
Oh,
on
that's
the back
cool.
side of that is cool. I'm they got the number here, so I'm going to try to figure out if I can get them to make me something like this. I think
There's tons of places that make up challenge
Yeah.
coins, right?
yeah.
Well, you need to get it one-sided so you can stick it onto your case, Dre.
Oh, there you go. So challenge coin / sticker.
Uh-huh.
That's going to put
Yeah.
everybody to shame, Dre.
Yeah. Okay, you got one, Cap? You got a
I
couple?
got a collection. Most of mine are law enforcement.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a ton of challenge coins.
Yeah, I thought that was really nice, for Zach to throw that in the case for me. They really came through when B&H kind of dropped the ball on that order I put in with them, and he gave me more than what I was getting from them. He gave me a nice Phantom 2 Pro with 6 batteries, both controllers, the smart controller and the regular controller. So, okay, Mel, what we doing? We doing our Saturday Night Fever move or what? But yeah, I really appreciate the effort.
I was pointing at Steve, trying to get him to look at the chat.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Hey, Dre.
Hey.
Hey, Art.
Not,
Hey,
not,
Art.
Mel.
Hey,
Well,
Art,
hello,
thank you for
Art.
coming in, buddy.
not yet, Mel.
Adrian.
I'm disappointed. Art, I have yet to get the toffee. I'm going to take. I'm going to take
You
the
gotta
position of
enter to
Adrian.
win.
I enter it every week.
Well,
The number is 28. Fix the wheel. I'm starting to get like
Well,
Adrian. Something's
Mel's
not right.
been a winner. Steve's been a winner a couple times.
Okay. All right.
Dre.
You start to sound like one of those, we call it, what's that thing with Ed McMahon? You always talk about all the people winning, but nobody knows who they are.
Dre, you need to change your number to 41.
Is that what it is? 41 is the number?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, tonight's winner was number 15.
Okay, maybe 41's not a good idea.
Hey, Sean.
Hey, what's up, Art?
I come in for the toffee, and I don't even get close.
Well, next week I'm going to do 2 drawings. First one will be toffee, and haven't decided what I'll give away in the second drawing. Might be toffee, it might be turtles, it might be something else.
Okay.
So next week is my birthday show. So be there.
Congrats.
Cool. Congrats. So how old are you going to be on your birthday show?
62.
62.
A youngster.
Well,
Yep. A youngster.
He's got 2 years on me.
I'm catching up to Mel, isn't? Aren't you up to 62 yet, Mel?
Yeah, I'm 62. I'm on my way to 3.
Okay.
Youngsters.
That's why I'm retired, collecting my retirement and stuff,
Well, my plan is to start collecting at 62 and still work for another 3 years.
Well, my plan was to retire at 55. I made it to 60 before I retired.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, whatever I was in 2018, because that's when I sold my truck and got off the road. That's my official retirement date.
Yeah.
Although I kept working past then. I'm still working now, if you call working at a hobby store work.
Hey, Ray.
I didn't know you were.
Well, like I said, when you get to choose when and how you work, that ain't work.
Right.
Well, that's what I'm pretty much doing now.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
That's the goal.
Yep.
When I start picking the days I want to work and how long those days I do work, how long I want to stay there and work, and I can leave anytime and call off anytime. That's the life.
Yep.
I don't think I'll be one that's going to sit home and so forth. But I want to be able to call the shots.
I tried that for 3 or 4 months, and it ain't what it's cracked up to be.
Yeah.
It really ain't.
Yeah.
You get bored.
Yeah.
Yep.
You get bored, and you need more of this.
I don't think your sound works on his.
No,
his
it
chat.
wasn't working.
Oh, you didn't hear it?
I thought he was going to say
No.
stickers. I was waiting for him to say stickers.
You didn't hear the cha-ching.
Yeah. Well, that's why I try to impress upon the young guys that are coming up where I work at. I always tell them, you always see the people who get comfortable where they're at. And I asked them, I said, you know, and I don't know if it's just no motivation or lack of being motivated. I told you guys, I said, do you think you can survive off half of what you make now when you retire? You know, and I always tell myself, well, you know, that's why you got to want to move up, take on responsibility and all that kind of stuff, because you can't survive off 50% of what you're making now. You know, I tell these guys, buy a house early. It's possible. It don't have to be your forever house, but buy a house early. So if you want to sell it down the road or move into something better, at least you have something that's collateral to pull in a better loan or sell it, and you don't have to have a high mortgage. Because I've seen too many folks buying a house at age 50 plus or 60. And I said, who's going to finish paying for this thing? Your grandkids?
Unless you get credit life on it or something, and at that age, that's hard to get.
Right. I said, because there's no way you're going to finish paying this thing off.
Well, it's just like in Japan. It runs now a minimum of 2 generations for buying an apartment there to pay off an apartment, and in some places it's 3 generations.
Yeah.
So
wait, can I say something real quick? And Dre's heard me say this before.
If you must,
I'm only 30. I'm only 36.
Yeah, you're the same age as my
A few years left.
So when did you put your down payment on? Now's not the time, by the way, to buy a home.
I know that.
What you're saying is at 55, when I paid off my place, that was a good thing to do at 55.
Oh, I would. Okay.
So my 5-acre hilltop in the woods of West Tennessee is like golden.
Yeah,
I like that.
Build a house there. Sell an acre.
Yep.
Shit, I got a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house with a fireplace there now, and I got 130 logs there. I'm fixing to build a cabin on it one of these days.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
I got a.
There goes your property taxes up because you're going to increase the value of the property.
Well, you know what, Steve? Right now, with a 3-bedroom house, of course, water and septic and all that stuff's in, electric's in. So my property tax is $147 on 5 acres. And I think another cabin I don't think is going to hurt me much.
Yeah, Tennessee is
a year?
A year, 147. 147 or 174, I can't remember. I think it's 147.
In New York, I paid $12,000 a year.
Oh yeah, I was paying $15,000 a year in California on 2
now
houses.
I'm paying $1,800 out here.
Yeah.
So.
And like I was trying to type in the chat earlier, Tom, you were talking about your vehicle registration.
Yeah.
In Tennessee, it's $24, no matter what it is. You know, there's no state income tax.
Right.
When I transferred my pickup truck title from California to Tennessee, we do that, of course, at the county clerk's office because there is no actual motor vehicle department like there is in California. So we just go up to the courthouse, right, Sean? We just go to the courthouse and tag our cars. And the girl looked at my title and she said, "My word, honey, is that what you paid for your tags in California?" It was $784. I said, "Yes, ma'am."
Oh my gosh.
I said, and that's on a 3-year-old truck. You know, it was double that when the truck was brand new, you know.
Right.
And she gave me my thing and she gave me my sticker and she says, "That'll be $24. I said, "Honey, are you sure you got the numbers right?"
Yeah, they're missing the 0 and 2.
Yeah.
That's great.
I think mine's like 86.
What's that, Sean?
I pay about 86 every year for my tax.
Yeah, but you're in Davidson County, right?
Rutherford.
Rutherford County.
Well, I was in Davidson, but yeah, Rutherford.
Okay.
Now.
Yeah. See, I'm out in Benton, so it's $24.
Yeah, and this year we don't have to get inspected anymore.
Yeah, and see, we never did, and we don't have to pay a wheel tax either. So, you know, so we don't have those extra little add-ons, which is, I don't know. So
I give you more money to buy drones, Mel.
what's that?
More disposable income.
Yep.
Yeah.
To fly over your acre.
5.
Acres.
Get it right. Get it right.
Well, I was
talking
a
about
drone
pensions,
per
I tell
acre.
There you go.
You can't
Well,
impress upon
to give
people.
you can I be an idea? When this house that I live in, okay, I bought it back in the 80s. It was 169,000, and because of Prop 13 in California, it goes up 2% a year. They max it out. Mine is 4,800 a year compared to your $100 and some odd dollars.
Yeah.
And that's pretty cheap compared
Ray,
to
what
when
do
you
you
get
pay
back to
for
New
that?
York and other places and Texas, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
What you asking, Tom?
I was saying, Ray, what are you paying out on Long Island for property tax?
Well, I get a veterans exemption, and
You get the star discount.
exemption. So
yeah, the star.
And I moved back to my starter house, so it's only a small 3-bedroom ranch. But it's funny you guys are talking about that because I just paid my first half taxes about 2 hours ago. 3309.
So you're paying almost $7,000 a year.
And 61 cents. 3309.61.
That 61 cents is important.
Yeah. This is very important. If you don't pay that, they're gonna send you to collections.
Yeah, I got a friend on the South Shore of Long Island paying almost $21,000 a year in property tax.
Yeah,
I mean that's a job. You got to work a job to pay that.
There you go.
And
That's
he owns
why
the
everybody's
house.
moving to Tennessee or Florida or Texas.
There's not
There's
many.
no state income tax.
There's just a handful of pension-friendly states left. You know? That's gonna change
and
too.
we're lucky here because being under Prop 13, for people who bought years ago, but like new people now, because these other people up the street just bought, they paid 1.488 mil, and that's taxed at 1.02%. So you want to see a property tax bill coming in next year, that'll set your socks off real quick.
Yeah,
and that was the fixer upper, right, Steve?
That was the one I was telling you about.
The fixer upper. That's a fixer upper. 1.7 million.
They sold it last year. The lady that owned it, she passed away, and it needed a lot of work. They sold it for $648 in May. And they did the fixing up. It sold in October. It put it on the market at 1.3, and it sold for multiple bids came out. 1.488 is what it ended up selling for in 2 days.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Here in Colorado, we have what's called Tabor, which is similar to your Prop 13, which is we're capped at a certain percentage of inflation plus population. Yeah. So, but we're a blue state now, so Democrats have figured out how to get around Tabor by, well, to give you what Tabor is about is if they want to raise taxes, they have to go to the voters. So they decided, you know what, if we call it fees, we can get around this Tabor. And then the state Supreme Court, which is liberal, they said, yeah, you're right, it's not a tax.
Yep.
So our car registration fee went up, and we got all kinds of fees that we got paid, including our cable, and oh boy, it's a mess.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, it's the same in California. The only thing is we're lucky here is having what they call Prop 13, and that's capped at 2% a year. And they're trying to get that overthrown every time there's a ballot, voting time for midterms, whatever. They always reword it how that it's going to be this greatest thing in the world, and it gets shot down every time.
I would have never thought I would have heard somebody from California say we're lucky.
Well, I said we're lucky that we keep hanging on, but they've learned that if you just change the wording on the bill, most folks are too naive or can't
Stupid.
read. I didn't want to say stupid, Art, but that's what it is. Actually, it's just stupid that they would vote to tax themselves.
Well, here's what's going to happen next.
That's crazy.
The wording is going to be, okay, where you have to opt out of the vote, okay? So they're going to make it to the point where, hey, if you don't vote to keep this, we're going to change it. Okay, that's how it's going to be worded. And if nobody votes for it, it changes. I mean, I'm going through a situation right now. I don't think it impacts you, Ray, but the city's trying to change our pension health benefits for retirees. Hey, wait a second.
No,
we signed up for this package, okay? And it's part of our retirement package. And now you're going to come in, after the 11th hour and go, oh, by the way, what we promised you, we're going to change our mind because, it could save us money.
Right.
Our pension fund is flush with money because it was invested properly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right.
So don't be reaching into you reached into my pocket my entire working life. Okay.
So
could you try to stay out of it right now? Okay.
Let me ask you something. Whenever you guys decide to retire, do you plan on staying there?
No, I moved already out of state.
Okay.
I moved to a pension-friendly state, Nevada. So I keep more of my money. Plus, I retired on a 3/4 pension. So I'm very.
I'm gonna be a snowbird as long as I can be. If I can go back and forth, that's the way I want to end my life, being a snowbird.
Now for
I'm
me,
looking at Tennessee, Kentucky, or Florida.
Yeah,
I'm putting an RV at a seasonal campground in upstate New York, and then I'm coming in, maybe 8-12 weeks out of the year. But with the seasonal campground, I don't pay property tax.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
And this campground I went to, they gave me a flat rate for the entire year, and I never have to move the RV.
Thank you, Adrian. Take care, Mel, Art, Dre, Tom.
Hey, Tom, just
and everybody.
Be glad you're in.
Take care.
Glad you're in like Nevada because, like, for some states like Arkansas, not only would you pay property tax for that RV campground spot, you would have to pay property tax on the RV spot that you're in that campground. Okay.
Right.
And then you'd have to also pay a luxury tax for your RV.
There are several states like that, Mel.
The weigh stations for trucking in California, the weigh stations, when I was an owner operator, I got a property tax bill because I have to use the weigh station in Arkansas when I go through Arkansas. So I had to pay property tax on the weigh station.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yep.
Arkansas the Clintons have got this state tax heavy.
Right.
It's crazy.
Well, that's what I said to Justin. That's why I like listening to Cap and Tom. Because, like I say, I'm at that verge where I'm thinking about, can I afford to retire in California?
There's no way.
Texas is always an option for me. One of the number one spots I want to go to. But even, like I said, the laws are changing everywhere. So now I gotta listen up to say, okay, where do we want to be? From there. And like I said, you always got the other questions about, like, Ray has a son. He's out here in California now. So he comes out here. All of my children are right here in California. My parents is a big anchor for me because I'm the only surviving son in the family. Right. So I can't go anywhere until my parents are passed on or whatever. Then at that point is where I will seriously have to make a decision where my wife and I may want to go from there. But like I say, I'm listening to what you guys say and gathering all this information. Because like I said, one thing for me, I don't want to go where it snows. I've been there, done that. I lived in New Hampshire. I was stationed in New Hampshire, went to college in Utah, stationed in Oregon. So I know what it is to be in the snow. Not just playing it as a kid, but actually have to go to work and all that kind of stuff. So snow areas are out for me.
I want to become fond of snow again.
Right. Yeah. So I'm like, that's not an option. So,
Tennessee, Dre. Tennessee.
Tennessee. Yeah.
Well, good option. That's a good option.
We got 3 inches of snow 2 days ago at the house, and it's already gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'll
be the only snow for the year.
My son was a New York City police officer, and he retired before I did. He wound up going up to Ottawa, Canada.
Canada. Wow.
Ray, he retired on a 3/4 tax-free.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
But he does even better up there because I think the exchange rate's what, $1.32.
And the healthcare up there, right? It's free healthcare.
Yeah, well, he's got healthcare from the job, but after I think it's 18 months up there as an expat, and because my daughter-in-law is a Canadian citizen, so they figured that was a better environment for our granddaughter. Right. Yeah. And I have my older daughter.
This is a big thing to consider, though. When you guys get ready to retire, don't hesitate. I mean, if you can do it, because you never know how your health is going to be in the future.
Yes. Right.
I had one sergeant one time. He retired, didn't collect one pension check.
Too many of those stories. Too many of those stories. Yeah. I was going to retire in 2002, but the Trade Center attack and my job got too young too quick. So I stayed on the job. But in 2018, I had a massive heart attack. And, I had a quadruple bypass. I never had any symptoms. In fact, I had a stress test every damn year on the job. But it just happened. Right. And, I made sure I rehabbed and I came back on the job. Because my whole goal was to leave on my own 2 feet. And I just retired in October. But, I did 40 years with the city. So, yes, they have to pay my way the rest of the way. And I told the kids that don't expect an inheritance. I mean, real estate, they'll get some real estate. That I consider that a bonus. I told them I plan to spend down as much as I can. They keep sending me money every month. I don't know what to do. So, but look, Ray is 100% correct. Don't put it off too long. Because too long is too long.
I say that, but I did stay an extra 10 years. And then I did 10 years.
This is the guy that got me nervous as all hell. This guy right there. Okay, Ray. The first time I meet Ray is, you're going to retire? Yeah, I pulled back my retirement 3 times. Every time I saw him, he had to reinforce that story of, are you sure? Are you sure? He's the only guy that got me nervous in the whole thing there.
You got to be ready.
Yeah. So, like I said, we're bouncing around, plans and everything else at this time. So, like I said, a lot of it depends upon the family. My parents, my wife's mother passed away last year, and she just had another sister pass away a couple months back, and everything. So that's why we're starting to travel even now before we retire, because my wife grew up in Philly, so she wants me to take her back there to visit extended family there and everything else before we decide to make a move if we're going to do it.
Yeah, see, that's the way it was with me, Dre. My wife wouldn't leave California while her parents were alive, and then her dad died, and so her mom moved in with a sister, and then that sister died, the aunt. So then mom moved in with us.
Right.
Well, once mom was living with us, then it was a no-brainer. We were able to go ahead and leave California, and we did. We had 2 houses, a positive income rental. I mean, life was good.
Right.
I had a boat that I had a 500-mile range. I could take out on the ocean and stay out there 3 or 4 days. And we had a 5th wheel trailer and new cars and trucks. And, I mean, life was good, but we were $750,000 in debt. I mean, you couldn't do anything unless you were upside down on the paperwork. It was living in California. I was literally $827,000 in debt when we decided to leave California, and we sold both houses. And believe it or not, we sold both houses. We cashed out her stock in Qualcomm Corporation. Okay. Put a down payment on a house in Tennessee, put a pool in, built a garage, and still had money left over after the move was done.
Yeah.
I mean, the house we were living in, the sale price went up 4 times before the house actually sold. It was nuts. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. My friend put up his house in Plainview, Long Island, on a Monday, planned on having an open house on Saturday, and the house sold on the very next day, Tuesday.
Wow. Yeah.
You know, my next door neighbor, we were talking to him today back in Queens. He just he closes next week. So 1.2.
Yeah.
1.2 on the house in Queens. So he did good. He did good. I think he
And
picked up
the
that
thing
house
is
probably 30 years ago for 300 though.
I was going to say, in real money, the house is probably worth what, 2.5 or 3? I mean, that's
Look, houses in Glendale, Queens were built by 5 German guys, and they shared the same thumb. Okay, so I didn't have. In my house, I didn't have a single window that was the same damn size. Okay.
Yeah. The word plum was not in their vocabulary, huh?
Dude, no matter what season, there was an issue. Okay.
Wow.
That's why I love the construction out here. I mean, when we got this house, we left it 6 months at a time, 7 months at a time. We come back, it's in pristine shape. It's the same way we left it. Modern construction, I know there's a stud every 16 inches. Okay. Those old houses, we had plaster and lath. Okay.
Yep.
And I did everything I could not to change the electrical on that house, but I would lay awake at night worried about a fire. But those houses are nothing but heartache, and now they're $1 million hauses. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy. It really is.
When you're telling that story, Tom, I think of that old movie with Tom Hanks. What was it, Money Pit?
Money Pit. Yep.
All right,
we came out here.
I'm going to say good night to everybody.
Good night, Ray.
And everybody in the chat.
Good night, Ray.
Thank you
for coming in, Ray. I appreciate you, buddy.
All right.
Same with me.
Same
with me. I'm going to follow Ray out and go to bed.
Yeah.
Thanks
See
for
you later,
the invite.
Night,
Mel. Coming in, buddy.
Good to see you.
All right, Mel.
Take care, Mel.
Tom, good to meet you. Justin,
take
good
care.
to see you. Dre.
Take care. Yep. Always.
Later, Mel.
See you later, Mel.
It's getting late for me too. I'm still on New York time. I'm trying to get used to this. Okay, I'm waking up at Dre. I'm the eyes open up automatically at 5 a.m. in the morning. What the heck is going on? What's the deal?
I thought it'd be the extreme quietness would bother you. Not used to hearing the city,
that takes some getting used to. Okay.
Yeah.
I have crickets and hummingbirds.
Right.
Okay, that's what I got to deal with that.
Yeah.
Okay. And the neighbors are too quiet. I don't get any gossip that way. I mean, back in Queens, man, I knew who was brawling and who was cheating and who was gambling. So
you gotta move to the Philippines, then you'll hear roosters at all hours of the day.
Dude, I just you hit on something. I'm just hoping the wife's family doesn't bring any roosters with them. Okay. Okay. So.
Adrian, these curved bill hat guys are dropping like flies.
What was that?
I said the curved hats are dropping like flies.
Those flat bills don't protect my eyes the same way, okay?
Yeah.
Well, they work. They get the job done, Tom.
That's right, bro.
All right.
Yeah. And I keep taking the stickers off of mine. Somebody tells me don't do that. I don't understand. What's up with that?
Don't take it off. You have to leave it on.
Yep.
Do I have mine on still? No, I took mine off.
Yep.
Too funny.
Look,
too funny.
That's like
guys.
telling
With that, I'm going to jump off. Adrian, always a pleasure. Thanks for the invite. Gentlemen,
Yes, sir. My pleasure. Have a good night, brother.
Pleasure.
Have a good
Everybody stay
weekend.
safe, okay?
Another place to go is the Philippines. You could rent a 3-bedroom house for under $400 a month.
But this is the thing: is all those places that are cheap right now that everybody's flooding to, it's just going to drive the prices up anyway. Here in Florida, just the rentals in my area went from $900 3 years ago. Now they're going for like $1,800. The same houses.
Oh yeah, same thing like over here too.
Yeah. And the houses here are selling so fast too. Like the two houses across the street that were for sale, the guy literally pulled up, put the sign out. I was outside. A half hour later, he comes and pulls the signs right back up. And I asked him, I said, "What happened?" He said, "They sold that quick. The signs weren't even in the ground a half hour saying house for sale."
Houses are selling quick nowadays.
Yeah.
I mean, they have the same thing like used cars. There's a whole bunch of people selling cars more than what they actually pay for the damn car.
Yep.
Well, that's what I was saying. Those buy here, pay here places are making a killing off of cars because they'll sell you a car for 10 grand, get probably 2,000-3,000 off of you, and then they'll end up defaulting on it. They'll repo it, resell the car again for the same price. And then by the time somebody actually buys that car and pays it off, sometimes they've made $20,000-$30,000 off of a $8,000-$10,000 vehicle. And that's because they're selling to people that know they aren't going to be able to keep up with the payments.
Yeah.
There's a big bubble with the buy here, pay here.
Oh yeah. Well, it's just one of those schemes, just like the payday loan places. It just keeps people in debt.
Yep.
Yeah, because they'll come, those buy here, pay here places. I've seen them where somebody was only 2 or 3 days late on the payment and they came and repoed it.
Right. And it's all written in the contract, and people, all their interest is, I just need a car. I need a car real bad. And they sign the paperwork, don't read what it says, and then bam.
Right. Where like actual, like real creditors like Capital One, places like that, they usually will give you up to 90 days before they'll come get it.
Well, they're legitimate businesses that know that there's no value for them to come get the car, because then they have to go through the process of sending it back to an actual reseller and everything else, and they rather get the money out of you instead of trying to go through that hassle. These guys, like I say, they'll come snatch it up because they got some little half-baked friend with a tow truck that'll come get it, and it's sitting back on the lot, ready to be sold again.
Yeah.
So it's just a racket, and like I said, it's just something that keeps people in a revolving door level of debt. Always got them living paycheck to paycheck and so forth. So it does not really benefit them, but this is the society we live in as far as instant need.
And it gets worse. Yeah, it gets worse around tax time.
The thing is, Dre, that as much as that could sound as a freaking scheme, is legal because, again, like you said, people sign the damn contract and they don't pay attention to what they're signing.
That's right. That's right.
Well, it's like people when they get their tax checks, they'll go out and buy a bunch of electronics and crap. And then 2 weeks later, when they need to pay rent and they done blown all their tax money, they take it to a pawn shop and get a third of what they paid for it. And end up being out.
Yeah.
And they do it all the time.
Oh, yeah. All the time. Well, like I say, tax time is a good time for those kind of dealers that you can go and buy a little old, especially a Honda Civic or something like that for $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. And, next thing you know, it's broken down within a month or two, and the bill to repair it is $3,000 or $4,000.
Yeah, and then they don't have the money for it.
They don't have the money to get repaired.
Yeah, because you'll see people go on these buy here, pay here lots.
Did you read the message?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
And they'll buy like a used Mercedes-Benz from 1998, and it's like, why are you buying that? Because if it breaks, that's not going to be like you're going to pay twice as much than what you paid for the car to get it fixed.
Yep. That is it. That is exactly it. That's what I said. And they're stuck with something they can't afford to maintain. I always one of the little things I used to tell people all the time. I said, if you want to know if somebody can afford what they're driving, look at the tires. I said, they're riding around on half-ball tires. They can't afford to drive it.
Yep.
So the upkeep of the vehicle is important, and ball tires is a telltale sign, especially when they used to have the big Navigators and all the big SUVs and stuff. And you see people riding around. Oh yeah, I'm in the big Escalade, and I got the big
Escalade,
all this kind of stuff. And I look at the tires. I'm like, man, you riding on borrowed time. That's all you riding on borrowed time, dude. That's it. You can't even afford to keep good tread on the tire. You're not impressing me at all.
See, a lot of times when I get my tax check, I'll pay my insurance up for 6 months. I'll put a whole new set of tires on the car for the year. Like that's what I go out and do with it. I try to use it for things that are going to benefit me for a while.
Yeah. I remember those days when I used to get money back. Not anymore.
Hey, did you see that one from One Vision? Yep. Okay. Have a good night, Ray Kelly. See you later, buddy. Thank you for coming in, man.
Yeah.
Now, Dre, so going back to what you were saying earlier, when it comes to that little Amazon gig,
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming that you're really excited about it because that's going to be, that extra drone money coming in.
Yeah, that'll definitely help me pay off this drone real quick.
Correct.
That's why I look at it.
What gig is it, Dre?
It's a Amazon facility out in Beaumont, California.
I'm assuming it's going to be one of those mega ones, the huge, a really big one.
Well, I guess they have another building right across the street, so this is going to be a sister building. They're building,
Okay.
And so I imagine it's going to be somewhere close to about 900 square feet, 900,000 square feet facilities, most likely. That's about the average size they build out here, and we'll see how it plays out. Like I said, they reached out to me. I'm coming home on the road yesterday, and I'm in the car. Phone rings, and this guy says, "Hey, this so and so, blah blah blah, and I heard this and that about you, and we got a project out here. You interested?" I said, "Yeah, send it to my email. Let me see what it is and stuff." So that's why I tell them, go ahead.
Since you say it's gonna be weekly, Dre, I'm assuming that you're gonna be doing more like the more like update pictures and videos of progression. Is that what it's gonna be?
Basically, what I've seen so far of what he sent to me is all I gotta do is fly. They are going to send me the KML file to fly with drone deploy, and then they're going to have me probably do my own waypoint missions for the progression shots, and
Okay.
I upload to their site. They do
nice.
the rest.
Okay.
So as I say, it's an easy. I won't say easy gig, but I don't have to do hardly any post work, and that to me that's what makes it easy. When I don't have to do post work, that makes it easy. Now this other job, with this highway patrol job, I may have to do some post work. I'm trying to figure out how not to do post work, but I may have to do some on that one, and that's time. That's time consuming.
If you do post work, you charge a little extra for that, though.
Right, yeah, but I say that's time consuming. I mean, it's hard to nail down post work, because you always want to put out a very good product. You never know what's going to happen as far as even when you're flying with automated software, you still can get blurry shots and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it might look good to you on your screen. You get it home, you say, "Man, that looks kind of blurry." So now you got to talk about, I got to go back out and shoot again.
Yeah.
And redo it. So all your post work is trash because you got to go back and redo the whole thing again and stuff.
So what do you? I was gonna say, do you just upload it to a site, or do you send them an SD card, or what? How does that work?
Like I say, the Amazon job, I'll just be uploaded to their site. They handle all the post work. This highway patrol job, they're talking about they might want some narration behind it, all this kind of stuff. So they talking about I got to sit here once I do the video, sit here and look at it, and then I'll probably narrate it while I'm watching the video at the same time.
Was it going to be?
I say one thing real quick, Dustin. See this building behind me? This is the Westminster Castle. Google that. I'm 1 mile west of this building, so it's kind of a prominent building on the north side of Denver. We're northwest of Denver.
Okay.
Justin, I was looking at 55 plus communities in Florida, and they've got some pretty good price homes there. But the HOA fees will kill you.
Well, this is the thing too. It's like I was just watching a thing the other day, a news story. They were talking about HOAs in Florida. About 70 to 75% of communities are HOA in Florida. That's how prominent they are here. Mm-hmm. And so it's especially any new community, you're definitely going to be in an HOA. So that's something you're going to have to navigate that regardless.
And a lot of those homes are fully furnished, and they're selling for anywhere from $35K on up to $90K.
Because they want everything to match, the blinds, everything. They want it to be so uniform. Like you can't have curtains in the windows. Like you can't have anything, everything's got to be exactly the same. Colors of the doors, all that stuff. They're super strict in some places. And then you can find some neighborhoods like mine has an HOA, but they're very relaxed. They don't really bother anybody. So some of them are just about collecting fees, and then they don't really bug anybody. So it just really depends.
Yeah.
Hey, One Vision Ariel, I just literally seen that little 48-second video. Holy crap, that guy is pretty good. Damn.
If you want to have some fun, Art, move to the villages.
It was actually on the news, Justin, that the villages is actually one of the cities in Florida that are most infected when it comes to STDs because the damn senior citizens just passing it around.
The highest
it was on the news. It's a true fact.
Yes, the highest rate of STDs is actually in the senior community in Florida.
In the villages. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to make it sound like that because of Dre, you know what I mean?
Get around, man.
I knew, but it's true.
Oh, man.
I don't know what the heck is the matter with these damn seniors, but just keep passing it around.
That's what happened. This is all blaming on Viagra.
Going at it like
grandma's taking it hard.
There she is.
Hey, they never know when it's going to be the last time, so they got to get as much of it done as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is insane skill. One Vision Ariel. I mean, that dude did great on that damn video. Hey, Peter Cairo, how you doing, buddy?
Adrian, you've seen Dre's weightlifting videos, right?
Have not seen one of those, no.
Okay, well, I would probably rethink your last statement when you put him in that category. Not trying to brag or nothing, but he was doing 385, Dre.
Well, I mean, me personally, if you look at his guns bigger than my head, so he will have to at least let me shoot him at least 5 times before we could make it a fair fight. At least 5. Minimum 5 shots. Minimum.
I mean, as much as Matt wanted to say they were Fisher Price weights.
Oh, Matt. Yeah, he kills me.
Did you watch his show last night? Oh my God.
Well, they were all doing it. I was there until they got pretty serious about the what was it? The Microsoft Flight Sim.
No. Go to 2 hours and 38 minutes.
Well, that's what I said.
28 minutes.
I came back and they were still there. I'm like, what? I'm going to bed.
No, go back and watch.
Are you talking about the Matt North show?
Yes, go back. Go back.
Dude, I fell asleep last night. I told you guys I was gonna come back. I went, lay down. That was it. When I got up, it was the next day already.
No, go back and watch at 2 hours and 27 minutes and start watching from there. About a 15-minute segment. Oh my God, it was hilarious. They went back to the naked yoga.
Oh wow.
Oh boy.
Mel got introduced to it, and it was hilarious.
Okay, we're going back to John because now you're getting out of hand, Justin. I know how dirty you are.
Well, you see what Tomas wrote. He said, Justin's why is it always it lowers the conversation.
Well, that's because you guys don't have 1,001 one-liners and short jokes.
Oh
my
I
God.
tell you what, if I lived in California, Dre, man, I would actually love to see you do your thing when it comes to your drones. I haven't been lucky enough to, get with someone that actually does that for a living. You know what I mean? That I can actually just see them work.
I said the work part is nothing special.
Say that again?
The work part is nothing special. I mean, a lot of it is using autonomous software. The drone does all the work. I'm just programming it and setting it up and going from there. I mean, I learned to fly manually a lot. But then using this software, like I said, that the headache comes. Like I said, the headache comes when trying to meet the expectation of whoever the client is, and that's why I always try to make sure I ask a lot of questions about what are you looking for. A lot of times these people don't understand what a drone, what's it capable of doing, and what its limits of what it can do. And that's why I say I need to know exactly what you expect to see from this, and then I can show them an example. That's why today, ladies talking about, well, I want to pay you, but I said no. I told her don't worry about it. I said this. I look at this as a forward thinking, forward advanced opportunity, because I know for the company she works for, this ain't gonna be the last job they do. So if I go out to today, I spent 45 minutes flying a drone today, autonomously. It flew the grid map, it flew the orbit, taking pictures, land the drone, and we talked for the rest of the time. So me handing over that footage, that's an investment in my book, because whatever we do on this project, they like to work, the state likes to work. Guess what? Draymond may get another state job down the road, and I don't have to show nobody nothing, because they already know what I can do.
How you doing, Nakarasho? Hey, Welsh Rap, thank you for coming in. Flying in Flynn Media. How you doing, buddy? Thank you for popping in, bud. Appreciate it, man.
So that's
so basically you're saying more that's more like a word of mouth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because word of mouth today is the best advertisement.
Right. That's how she came across me, basically, because I didn't know this lady, but she put out a word. Another person I knew said, "Hey, contact this person." And what sold her and picking me over some other people is that I had construction inspection experience. Had nothing to do with my drone work.
Correct.
I had construction inspection because she said I had dozens of people calling who had only done real estate photos. And she said, I needed somebody who understands construction, not just doing real estate photos. And that's why I keep telling people when I do my little tips, I said, getting into commercial work is probably a lot easier for us, because commercial construction work doing with a drone is probably a lot easier than doing real estate, regular residential real estate. The market is very saturated across the country with a lot of drone pilots who do real estate. And like I said, unless you're like Ken Dono and I know Paul Phantom Drone up in Canada, unless you got at least a handful of agents that can feed you listings on a regular basis to where you're out working 4 to 5 days a week, then you're starving.
Yeah.
You're starving. Because that way you're constantly getting these referrals coming in. Like I said, the housing market is hot right now across the country. From East Coast to West Coast, the housing market is hot. But like we all know, eventually it's going to crash.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I say, if you're banking on the residential housing market to sustain you, you're going to be in trouble. Because then you're not going to have any more buyers, because nobody's going to be able to afford it and everything else, and the loans are going to dry up. So you got to keep your eye on the market, and that's why I say, I can do real estate. I don't turn down no jobs, but I don't depend upon it. Commercial construction has been consistent since 2000, and now it's going on 20 years straight across the country. Like I said, our economy, our national economy, has flipped from being manufactured based to what's the proper word I'm looking for? I don't want to say shipping, but basically logistic based.
Logistics.
Yes, logistics. Getting stuff from one point to another, which is basically warehouses. And no matter where you go, and these last 2 years have proved it more than anything else, with the blow up of Amazon. And when Amazon blew up, guess who else blew up? FedEx, UPS, DHL, and everybody else who does the shipping. All this stuff's got to be shipped from one place to another. And that's why you get this big old barrage of commercial tilt-up commercial buildings for storage and all this kind of stuff. Most of this stuff is still coming from overseas. That's why you're talking about the ports. The ports still got ships sitting offshore with goods ready to be sent to these warehouses, ready to be shipped out.
The only smart thing for a consumer to get into the housing market right now is to sell and then hold on to your money.
Yeah.
And wait.
Mm-hmm.
Because then when the market crashes and you can get that $300,000 house for 120,
yep,
that's what you do. But see, that's the thing is people are I just don't understand why people want to overpay and buy right now. That's just nuts to me.
Well, like I said, it goes back to our psyche in America. Like I said, we're not building stuff anymore, so we don't have that mentality of patience. We want something, we want it now, and we're not willing to work for it or long term build toward it. It's like I want it now. I don't care. Let me sign right here. I'll sign for 2 loans at once, and
instant gratification.
Instant gratification. That's it.
Yep.
Right there, instant gratification. So what if I got 2 mortgages that add up to about $2,500, $3,000 a month? I'm in the house that I want.
Well, I mean, and I can confess that I'm this way too. You remember like 15, 20 years ago, you ordered something online, it would take 2-3 weeks maybe to get to you. Or if you ordered something through the mail, you'd be waiting a month and a half. But now, if Amazon doesn't get your package within those 2 days, they say you're getting antsy. Like, where the hell is my shit at?
Oh, yeah.
And I've been the same way. I can confess.
I'd say all of us are. I'm like the guy. I say from the time I order something, I'm on the tracking page. Where's my stuff at? Why is it sitting here? Hey, why is it sitting there for 2 days? No. It should be here.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a national thing, and it has infected all of us. That we're like, hey, you got my money, I want my stuff.
Right.
And you get, like I say, I heard somebody say I haven't been to Best Buy probably about at least 6-7 months. Last time I was in Best Buy is when I bought TV upstairs, not this TV. I bought that off some guy.
I don't ever go to Best Buy, to be honest.
And that's what I say. If I go into Best Buy because they had an awesome deal on some SD cards that I couldn't pass up. That's the last thing I bought from Best Buy was an SD card.
Yep.
And I had to pick it up. So I always walk in. I didn't even shop first. I walked in, say, hey, here's my thing on my phone. Give me my SD card. I already paid for it.
The only 2 stores I ever go to anymore, honestly, is just Walmart or the dollar store. I don't go anywhere else because I'll buy everything else off either Walmart.com or Amazon.
Yeah. And like I say, this pandemic has really cemented us into that type of mindset. I'm a big proponent of shopping local, supporting local businesses, no matter where you live. And I always tell people all the time, I said, out here we have a whole other issue. People will drive to another neighboring city because they said, well, I don't feel safe here, in San Bernardino, blah, 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 this and that. I say, you know what? When you go spend your money at this other area that's a little upper scale down the road or money over there, I said, when you call 911, do you think that department's going to show up at your house? I don't think so. You think that fire department is going to put the fire out at your place? I don't think so. I said, when you spend your money elsewhere, you are taking funds out of your community, out of your municipality that funds your public safety, that funds your street maintenance, that funds the street lights. Everything that you take for granted is funded through sales tax. That is the major source of your general fund of your community. And I tell folks, I said, you have to make a conscious decision to when you shop local, the best you can.
Now,
if you don't have it, I say, if you don't have it right there in your town, keep it in your county because that money gets divided up between all the cities in your county and stuff. Go ahead, Adrian.
And I hear you loud and clear, Dre. However, I'm addicted to Amazon because anything I freaking need with this Amazon Prime, with this Amazon Prime account that I have, I order stuff today and it will be here literally tomorrow or the latest Monday.
Yeah, I'm
just like that.
Dude, I'm the same way. I had 5 bags show up at my house today, all from Amazon. My daughter ordered something from Fashion Nova. I had some stuff, some ties come in while I was out of town and stuff. And it went from there. Now, the reason why I order shirts now through Amazon, JCPenney online, I bought some white shirts because the Sears locally shut down, closed up. I used to buy a lot of my dress shirts at Sears and stuff.
Yeah.
So I tell folks, I said, if you don't have it, you have no choice. You get it where you can. But like I said, if I go buy tires for my car, I try to get it locally. I try to do
Paul
my.
Murray, thank you for popping in, buddy.
Yeah,
but it's like how Amazon was, like I tell people too, Amazon loses, I think, close to $1 billion a year in shipping, but it makes them billions of dollars back by losing that. And in the grand scheme of things, it's not a large amount of money to them.
No,
because and this, and same with Walmart when they're doing those 1 to 2 day shippings on a $5 product and they're getting it to you in a day or two. You know that they're paying somewhere out of their own pocket to get it to you that fast, but it's making them billions more a year.
One thing I noticed with your camera, Dre, sometimes your camera goes out of focus and it's like it takes it a little bit to focus back on you. Have you noticed that?
I just noticed that. I think it's because I have the blur black background. So if I lean back, it might throw me into the background or something.
And
I have it set on blur.
And look what Amazon also does. If you're on public assistance, they actually give you a hell of a deal on a Prime membership where you only pay like, I think, a quarter of the cost of what somebody else would pay for it.
Is that right?
And that's the way to get the lower consumers into their market as well.
Yeah.
Hold on, say that one more time.
If you're on public assistance, you can do a little claim with Amazon, and they'll give you a huge discount on your Prime membership.
I ain't no damn public assistant. They probably tell me I make too much goddamn money.
They probably laugh me out and say, "You spend more money."
Exactly.
and look at I said, "No, Mr. Crawford, we don't think because you spend probably about $15,000."
I mean, as much shit as I buy from Amazon, they'll be like, "Adrian, stop it! Don't call here no more."
Yeah,
I'm done talking to you.
Well, the way they get people too is that it's when you sign up for like Amazon grocery, you put your food stamp information in there. And then that's how they know, and that's all the verification they need. But like I said, it's for them, a way for them to get the bottom of the barrel of society as far as money wise. They can scrape all the way to the bottom.
You get them hooked.
But they get a really good deal on their Prime membership.
Yeah. I'll put like this.
Oh, and then they could shop at Whole Foods.
I order so much stuff. I don't even know when my Prime membership even comes through. I don't even notice it, dude. I couldn't tell the anniversary date or anything. I'm like, it's just constantly, because my wife's a teacher, so she's ordering stuff for her classrooms and stuff like that. So it's like there's so much revolving money, between Amazon and my household that I don't even know what's what half the time. I do good if I don't order something for about a 2 to 3 week period. I'm doing really good.
How you doing, brother Mike, aka the Drone Ranger? Thank you for coming in, buddy. Good night, Paul Murray. I'll see you later, bro.
Later, Paul.
Good night, Paul.
Now, Trey, do you buy a lot of your do you buy a lot of your drone accessories through Amazon as well?
Amazon has seemed, I put it back. I don't do a lot of research on it. I say Amazon, it has you where they have a little bit of everything. So you don't have to search for it as much. You type in what you're looking for, bam. You got 4 or 5 different vendors or straight from Amazon itself right there in front of you. Now, just like I was looking for example.
Hey, brother Evo Possum, thank you for popping in, buddy. Go ahead, Joe. I'm sorry.
No problem. I was, my house has come up on 30 years old. So the drawers that were made for my house are 30 years old. So we had that old plastic sliders that the rails go on for the drawers. So one of them broke recently. Went down to Home Depot. They ain't got nothing in stock at all. So first thing I said, well, Home Depot didn't have it. Now I got to look online. First place I looked, Amazon. And I'm searching. It took me a while to find on Amazon. That's how old the pieces are that I needed. So I kind of jumped on it and bought some. Now, if I did a little more digging, I could have bought a whole bag of these pieces that I need off eBay for a third of the cost that I even paid on Amazon.
I don't like eBay, Dre, because I've been scammed on eBay so many damn times with bullshit ass stuff. So I just stopped doing eBay like at least freaking 20 years ago.
Yeah. eBay has its ups and downs, and like I said, you deal with people. And I've had this recently. A guy sent me a drone, and He said it was an open box deal, and I said, now I know why it's open box, because it won't connect to the controller. And I explained to the guy, I said, this is who I am. And I tell people out front, this is who I am. So don't send me nonsense. Be up front. If your stuff don't work or it's not what you say it is, just be up front. Save you the hassle, save me the hassle, because I'm always going to use my protection for your eBay protection to get my money back either way and stuff. And I sent it back to him. I said, here you go, dude. Because what I'm thinking, we had that storm out here real bad. We had 2 weeks of storms. And I don't know what happened in the process. The box came. It was just like soaking wet, like somebody just left it in a puddle. I took a picture of it. I took a picture of it. Click, click. I said, something's told me, take a picture of this box. Even though it was another box inside, but something's told me to take a picture of the box because I don't want this guy trying to cry and said, well, hey, you could have flown it and damaged it. I said, no, dude, it came like this. I put it together, put my own batteries in it that are good. And this thing wouldn't do jack. It would come on, but it would not connect to the controller. It was just kind of a mess. And I said, what? Box it up, send it back to him. Here you go, dude. Get my money back. Get my money back in about 24 hours later and stuff. That's another thing. When I do eBay, I always try to make sure I buy local as far as California. I hate waiting on something out of state with eBay because then people try to screw you over on the shipping.
Oh, yeah.
They'll tell you $10 item, but $100 shipping.
Yeah, that too. The problem is, yes, guys say, wait, where's my shipping information? Well, I was busy this day and I didn't get a chance to drop it off. I said, no, dude, you're doing business. Don't give me. I said when I won the bid, you wasn't crying about when I paid you right away. Don't be getting slack now with the shipping. You go down the next day, put it on the counter, UPS, post office, whoever you're using. Next day, you should make sure you get it there. Don't be giving no excuses about this and that. I don't want to hear that mess, man. So, yeah, I mean, depends what it is. I will buy like say my sprinklers in front of my house. I have the old Toro 570 sprinklers in my house. Like I say, built 30 years ago. So right now you can't hardly find those in any hardware stores. Home Depot don't carry the Toro brand anymore. Lowe's don't carry the Toro brand anymore. So I have no choice but to find the parts online.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So now you got to just kind of deal with what you deal with and stuff. But yeah, it's hit and miss. I say Amazon is about the most consistent thing. That's why I think they're the ones on top of the heap. And again, it's like DJI is on top of the heap in the drone game. They're consistent. They come out with a consistent product, consistent in shipping, consistent in follow up, consistent in updating their stuff. And that's where Amazon is. Amazon is on King of the Hill, just like DJI is in drones, dude. They make sure they catch. I mean, me living out here in Southern California, there's an Amazon warehouse down in Cerritos, which is less than an hour away from my house. I order something off the Amazon site, it's in my house 24 hours later, delivered.
Well, on the customer service, like if you got to return something, it's much easier with Walmart or Amazon to call them and say, hey, this got screwed up. You sent me the wrong thing. Like a month ago, I was ordering Air 2 blades, replacement blades, just to have some extras. And they sent me a damn Christmas wreath. And I called Amazon. I said, what the hell? And they said, oh, don't worry about it. Just keep the wreath. We'll send you some new ones. So I got a free Christmas wreath out of it.
Yeah. So why are you against the Nanos, Adrian?
Say that again?
Why are you against the Untitled Nanos?
It's about the same price as the freaking Untitled Evo 2, the AK or the Pro.
Is that right? How much are they charging for? I thought they were under $1,000.
I believe depending on which one it is, but I believe there are one that's like what, 1,300, I believe, or 1,400.
Yeah, that is about the price of the lower model.
Exactly. I mean, the lower model now, like I mean, that's the reason why. Like, why even worry about this little small ass freaking drone that they're not capable of doing what the Untitled Evo do? You know what I mean? For that price, and
I don't know. I saw Donald's video of it. It looked like it took some very good pictures. I don't know all the details of if it has an aperture, adjustable aperture or not.
Correct, and you're right, Dre, including like the one that the video that Chad B made. Idaho Quadcopter also made a video. The drone seems to be handling okay, but again, that price, no.
I thought it was under 1,000. If it's over 1,000, yeah, I'd be a little bit too, especially if I already had the one of the bigger Autels.
Like for example, Mickey MCA said that the Nano Plus premium package is $949.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? For extra $300-400, you got the damn Alta Evo 2, the AK or the Pro. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like no.
Okay.
No.
I thought those were more near the $1,700-1,800 for those bigger ones.
Yeah, and then they have like they have a couple where they come in different colors. I think they have the red, the white, the gray, I believe, or also the orange one. So they got like 3-4 different colors, 3-4 different models. Again, they look all right, but and the remote look crappy as hell. Look like a freaking Xbox remote.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, what do you think Mini 3 is going to bring to the table besides obstacle avoidance, maybe like the Nano has?
Mini 3 also, I'm probably not even going to look at it either. I love my Mini 1 and I'm going to stay with that one. I don't think I want to buy me another freaking mini drone. I believe the mini drone should have came out before these damn bigger drones came out. I think they're doing it backwards, which I think is trash.
Well, that's technology. Like anything else, the Phantom was the first, not first, but it was the first big seller for DJI. And you got to think the components that were put into that, components have gotten smaller. So you can build a smaller drone. And then also you got to look at the outcry from the community saying, most folks say, well, the Phantom's great, but I want something more portable. I can't carry the Phantom around. It hurts my back. So I'm like, this is where you got to go where the market's at. You got a lot of these folks that want to carry it around, a little small little man purse and whip it out and everything and throw it in the air.
How about the FPV? Thank you for coming in, buddy.
Well, isn't the Nano Plus, isn't that a little closer to the Air 2S as far as the specs? If I'm not mistaken. I think everybody's just comparing it to the Mini because of the size.
I have no idea. I haven't really even paid attention to any of those Dre and Justin. Again, I'm not really interested in any of those. Again, I mean, they look all right to me, but nah.
I mean, I get what you're saying that, now the market is saturated with these drones. I mean, over the last 2 years, DJI has saturated the market from the Mini now all the way back up to the Mavic 3 now. Autel has come in and they have thrown down the gauntlet behind DJI and says, you can do it, we can do it too. And now you got everything from the big ones for the 8K and 6K, and now you got these minis that are carrying these almost similar type capabilities that the bigger drones are having. But once again, because of their size, that draws another part of the community. I don't even say that draw, I say the beginners, because they go into the Best Buys or they go on Amazon and they see the words, small drones. They go on YouTube and see these folks do these little things. And one of the first things everybody talks about, how portable, easy it is to carry around, doesn't take up no space and everything. Mm-hmm. Those of us who are a little more serious knows, I don't care if you're flying a 3-inch quad or you like me, you're still flying Phantoms. We carry a lot of crap with us. Mm-hmm. Batteries, tools, other things, extra props and all that kind of stuff, because we know what it is about being out flying. Anything can happen, and you want to be prepared to be able to continue to fly. So, like I say, those smaller drones, I've always felt is to draw in the new folks.
Let's face it, the Mini SE was a great way for DJI to cut into that $200-300 market of drones, because if you're a first-time buyer, I would tell you to buy the SE because it's going to have a better resale value if you decide you don't want it than a piece of crap, Potenzic or a Hollystone for around the same price. You know, nobody's going to want to pay you close to full price for it, like they probably more likely would with the SE.
Correct. And I agree with Thomas Ariel. Don't get me wrong. I mean, according to what I'm seeing, the videos out there, the quality of videos and even the picture of those drones, they look nice.
Oh yeah.
But again, if you understand what I'm saying, Dre, that's pretty much the reason why I'm not even leaning towards those. Plus, I mean, you know.
Well, AZ Drone Dude bought the Plus and the Light.
Yeah.
He bought both of them.
Don't AZ Drone have like a freaking warehouse of drones?
He buys every new drone that comes out. And he doesn't post anything to social media. I think he likes flying, but he's like a collector too. He likes to collect them.
I think I've been to his channel before. I don't think he has any videos in his channel.
No, he doesn't have anything posted. And he bought the Senna 3 version too.
Wow.
The Mavic 3 Cine?
Yeah, he bought that too. And he bought the V-Copter. He's got that as well. Like every type of new drone that comes out with DJI or any kind of weird one that comes out that gets popularized, like the V-Copter, he'll buy that. But see, he put in on it back 3 years ago, and he only paid $699 for it because it's going for $1,200 right now on Amazon.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well,
well, Adrian, I'm going to take off here. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you for coming
in. And don't forget my birthday show next weekend. Hope to see you guys there.
Yeah. Bring plenty of toffee, Art.
All right, we'll do.
See you later.
But you know, that's what I said, man. I wish I was in AZ's shoes because he is sitting on a gold mine of unboxing videos and review videos. I mean, he still had a like it was probably about 5-6 months ago. He still had a brand new Skydio sitting in the box that he'd never flown. Still had all the plastic and everything on it in the case.
So now he's got to go out and buy another Skydio with the little antennas on it.
You know, get that one too.
You know what was so funny about that drone too? I was just talking about it yesterday about how they were so adamant about extending the range on it. I don't understand why they are so worried about that when the drone is literally designed to really not be more than 100 yards from you at a time because it's basically a follow me drone. That's pretty much all it's really good for. It's not really a drone that somebody's going to fly a mile away. You know what I'm saying?
But once again, that's what drives the market. People buy it. They want everything. They want the follow me aspect of it. But then they say, well, I want to fly it way over there and take a picture of something, you know? And that's the problem. See, everybody wants everything in one package. And that's why I say DJI and all the other companies, they get us hooked on certain things. And then we start to get a little more greedy. You know, we say, well, how come I can't get this? I got that. I want that also.
See,
and
so
they have
the Skydio 2, the Skydio 2 Plus, and now Lone saying that the Skydio 3 coming out next fall.
Well, they put nice little tree hangers on the new Skydio with those antennas.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what it looked like two horns.
Yeah.
Well, my whole thing with that is that, you know, those of us who've been in this game for a while know that even from the old Phantoms, their antennas, they're not. The whole thing is not an antenna. The antenna might be the length of your fingernail.
Right.
That's on there.
Wire.
So, yeah, little wire. So I'm thinking that, okay, now you have flipped these antennas up on this thing. So how long is the actual wire inside that you need to flip it up? Because the impression you give people, oh, they must have put a longer wire in there or something for to flip them up. And if they didn't, it's just a marketing deal. You know, to give you the thinking that you're going to get something else, and it might have been just a firmware update. They said if you got the original Skydio 2 and you put this firmware update, it gives you the same ability as this new one. As far as the new Keystone, basically it's a waypoint mission software. They're calling it Keystone, but it's a waypoint process. So
yeah, I don't know. That is another drone, Dre, that Adrian not even interested in looking at is a damn Skydio.
Now, the only reason I'm interested in it, if I can find me a real cheap Skydio 2, I would like to get my hands on one, not because I think it's a great drone, but I like to be able to film other drones. Because you can put that beacon on something else and you can tell that Skydio, go follow it. And that way you can videotape another drone. This is what I believe, what I've been seeing in theory, how the beacon works, that you can follow another drone and get nice, good footage from the Skydio 2, watch another drone fly.
Have a good night, Will Scrap. That do sound like a great idea, but how are you going to attach that beacon to another drone?
Oh, you can always tape it, Velcro it to the other drone.
Well, yeah, you got a point.
Yeah, just like I put beacons on mine already. You know, I put all my drones have a beacon on them. You know, no matter what, they all got beacons on. So, you know.
Yeah, it seems like Skydio, though. It's like they want to be in the consumer market, but then they really don't, because they're like barely doing anything compared to Alltel or DJI. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Alltel seems to start, okay, we're going to start releasing more drones like DJI is. Or Skydio just seems like they're just kind of putting a little bit out there and just really not too interested in it.
Well, Skydio got fat when they put that military grade one out and they got that contract.
Right.
So whatever they get out of consumer market is sprinkles on top of the cake.
That's what I'm saying. It seems like they're just kind of, we're a little interested, but we're not really that interested in the consumer market.
Yeah, because like I said, there's so many different types of action camera devices. You know, like I say, you got the ones you can hold in your hand, the ones you can attach to yourself. Now you got a drone out there that does it, and you know, like I say, you know, you just pick your poison or whatever you want to call it, how you want to do it and stuff. And that's what makes me kind of laugh when I see people always trying to push these things beyond their limits, and then they say it crashed. I said, well, why the hell were you flying a damn drone, period, in the middle of forest? I'm like, come on now. You know, I said, I don't care what it is, you know, there's always going to be limitations to sensors and stuff. And like I said, you get to where the light gets a little less, the sensors can't differentiate between the whatever it is that's what we're looking at. And guess what? It makes a bad call. It's going to crash.
That's like, what's his name? Al, the one that does the show with Brad. He was showing a video the other day of him going across this like little bridge riding his bike, and the bridge is just held up by all these cables, and the Skydio hit it. And I was like, man, I wouldn't trust any damn drone around a bridge with cables like that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care if it's a Skydio, the Air 2, Air 2S, the Mavic 3. I wouldn't trust any drone around any cables like that. I was like, man, you were just asking to lose your drone. I mean, I wasn't surprised when it did hit a cable. I was like,
well, like I say, once again, you're pushing the drone beyond its capabilities and stuff, and then you get upset or you get surprised when it crashes. I'm like, okay, you know, this is what it is. Now, those guys who get products sent to them knock themselves out. You got to sent that product to test it for the company, do a YouTube video on it. That's what you do. I cannot see myself spending my money going out there trying to prove a point.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, especially if you're just doing a video for your own channel and it's not really, you had to put all that money out for it. No, that's.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I mean, you got that kind of money you want to throw away, knock yourself out. I mean, I can tell people I got into drones as something to add to my ability to do inspections. It's just like me go out and buy some Mac tools off the truck. Okay. It's something I need to do my job. So I can't sit there and I'm going to go out there and just do something deliberately that could cause harm to something.
Well, it's like what Lon just said, Dre. Some people just set themselves a failure.
Yeah, a failure. I mean, and my thing is just admit it. I say, hey, I did something I had no business doing, and now I'm out XYZ dollars. Because the first thing they want to say is, well, I got to contact customer service, and so they're going to send me another drone. I'm like, look, I ain't on customer service because I'll call you every name in the book and then finish it off with dumbass and call it a day.
I mean, because like when I do the follow me mode videos where I'm riding in my car, I never have that drone lower than 100 feet.
Yeah.
Because I don't. I mean, I trust that it may miss something, but I'm not. I don't want to take the chance of it swinging into a tree or something else.
Yeah.
I have noticed that you do have the drone above trees, power lines, and power poles. I have noticed that when you do those.
Yeah, because I don't trust. Like I said, I don't. Even though some of these drones have pretty good sensors, I'm still not going to trust that it's going to miss a tree branch or a power line or a light pole or something.
I have noticed that the Air 2S, the sensors are a lot more sensitive than the Mavic Air 2. Like if I have it low enough, about 6 feet, and there's a shadow, if I was to go ahead and hit the like try to go left or try to go right, it will go up first, then it will go left, it will go right. Have you noticed that? Do you not have that drone too, Justin?
No, I only have the Air 2. I don't have the Air 2.
Okay, I thought you had it. Okay.
No,
I have noticed that mine does that. It will go up first, and then it will go ahead and go left or right.
And that's one thing I've seen, that the sensors are getting, like I said, the software is getting smarter, allowing the drone to navigate through these areas when it picks up something.
And actually, the sensors on it, they work a lot better than the 2 Pro and the 2 Zoom when it comes to active track. Like when I did it with those trees, the one that I did the other day, I mean, it worked better than again the Mavic 2 Pro and the Mavic 2 Zoom.
No, but well, let me ask you this, Trey, your opinion on this. Now, I think the 3, it can see out 200 meters now, the sensors, where the originals are around 20. So it's like a big upgrade. Now, do you think if these sensors are seeing too far out that it's going to cause more of an issue than it would?
Very, very possible. Like I said, I was just sitting here thinking about how sensitive the sensors were on my original Mavic Air, but it didn't have the capabilities of find its way around too easily. That thing would see something and it would just stop dead in its tracks. It just stopped and hover, and you had to manually back it up or raise it up or something to go around. So like I said, the sensors themselves have been around for a while, and now, like I say, that's why I said the software has gotten better as far as making the drone to appear smarter to navigate around obstacles. Like you said, like I tell everybody, I said speed is what is the biggest problem I see nowadays. That when these drones do crash, 9 times out of 10, the sensors are not able to compensate for the speed of the drone and the sensor picking up whatever it's coming in contact with. Now, 200 meters, but you got to think, okay, this thing picks up something 200 meters out. Is it going to stop, or is it going to start acting like it's in APAS mode and start to change its trajectory or whatever flight path to go around it? Right. That's all about being, what do you call it? I'm trying to think the word I'm looking for, artificial intelligence of the drone making decisions to navigate through and maintain this. Because one thing, the drone gets there and it starts to slow down or stops, well, then it hurts what you're trying to do, is try to achieve a smooth footage, so to speak. We always want to get that nice smooth footage. So if the drone comes up and it sees something and it says, okay, I see it, I'm rising up, boom, 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 come back down, resume my course, or I go around it, resume my course. That's what we would like to see. That's what I mean. Back with the original Air, when you guys saw those advertisements from DJI, when they said APAS, they're like, oh yeah, it showed going up and over and back on this regular route and stuff, but that's not the way it acted.
Right.
You put that thing in APAS mode, it said, oh yeah, I'm a pass on going around this and just stop.
Well, a lot of people crash them too, just from having them in sport mode, and
like
shuts
I say,
the sensors off. Yeah.
Well, not even the sensors are on or off. The speed, the drone cannot make the determination fast enough, and what happens is it's too close. Bam, it hits something just that quick and stuff. And like I said, you can be flying in tripod mode, and sometimes the sensors just don't pick up something enough, and they're still running to catch something.
It's like power lines, those are the drone killers, because even when you're looking on the camera, a lot of times you won't see them till they're right there in your face.
Yeah.
And then the sensors almost never pick up those.
Yeah, because there's not enough of it for the sensors to differentiate what it is. Right. Like I was out today, the lady I was talking with was worried about, well, what happens if the drone hits the power lines? And I told her the drone will probably crash and be destroyed. She said, what about the power lines? I said, there's never been a documented issue where a drone has really broken a power line, unless that power line was already damaged. But there's plenty of documentation where a drone got damaged from hitting the power line.
Well, it would take a big drone anyway to even
That's my whole point.
Or even to connect two of the cables in order to cause an arc. It would take like a Mattys or something huge.
Yeah, and that's what I explained to her. I said, there has not been any documented evidence, to my knowledge, of a drone taking out a power line from hitting it and stuff. But the opposite is definitely true. How many drones have hit power lines and went down for the count?
Oh yeah, I've heard tons of stories of people hitting power lines, and it just it doesn't do crap to the power line; it just kills their drone.
Yeah, so that's why I tell people, when you go out, do your due diligence as a flyer and see what you are out there flying against. I mean, like today, we have those high tension power lines. Those poles are 100 feet, standard size, 100 feet high. So I know if I'm gonna fly below 100 feet.
How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, if I'm flying below 100 feet, I need to be extra careful. So if I'm doing some kind of flight orbit or something like that, I make sure I'm at least 110, 120 above. So I'm not, because I'm sliding across sideways, which is 9 times. That was the most vulnerable part of a drone, when it's flying sideways. The sensors do not pick up as good when you're flying sideways. And that's what you're doing when you're doing an orbit. And that's where most people crash their drones, doing orbits or sliding across left or right. And that's when they'll crash into something, because the sensors just don't pick it up fast enough or deliberately enough. And that's what happens. That's why I say you got to look at your surroundings, find out what I call a hard deck, and say, if I'm flying below the hard deck, I need to be looking at my drone myself and not so focused on the screen and stuff too much. So it's
have a good night, Bob Casey. Thank you for being here, buddy.
Hey, Bob Casey. Take care. So yeah, that's like I said, I go back to everybody said, the responsibility is basically on the flyer. You got to be aware of your surroundings at all times. And I know a lot of people say, well, it sometimes happens. Yeah, it does happen, but you always kick yourself and say, man, I knew that tree was there. I knew those power lines were there. And I just got.
Look, I had a damn light pole. I had a damn light pole in the middle of an empty football field. I felt like a jackass after that.
Yeah.
I was like, how the fuck did I do that?
Yeah, you actually get that tunnel vision. You get that tunnel vision. You're watching the screen. You try to get that shot, and all of a sudden you're like, "Ding!" And I'm like, "What the hell happened?"
Hey, Marcel, thank you for coming in, buddy.
Yeah. Marcel, you can't make a comment like that if you've crashed in the last 60 days.
Nah, Mickey, MPH. Hey, Dre, when you fly, do you have your obstacle avoidance off?
No, I don't have it off per se. I mean, some people do, some people don't. I don't like putting myself in a situation where I know the sensors may interfere with my flight. That's why I say about you going out, walking the area you're going to fly in, if you can. Like I said, today I was out there. I know I got these high power lines on the east side of the property and to the south side. I got these 100-foot power lines. Okay, so I know when I plan my flight, this is what I need to do.
Correct. So have a good night, Thomas Arias. Thank you for coming in, buddy.
So for some reason, if I'm free flying and I get low on the sticks for some reason, don't notice that I'm bringing the drone lower, and I get down that danger zone to below the hard deck, I'm hoping maybe a sensor may save me. I'm not dependent upon it saving me, because it's my responsibility to fly the drone properly. And I know a lot of guys like Marcel's in here and some other folk. I said, you guys, FPV guys, normally fly low, sub 100 feet or in the ground. So I say, if you're doing that,
Confusion. Thank you for coming in, buddy. Appreciate you coming in. Organized Confusion Drones. Haven't seen you in a little bit, buddy.
I'm just playing with you, Marcel.
Yeah. So, like I say, if you flying FPV and everything else, you're flying down low, which means you're flying in the tree lines. You're flying close to buildings. You're flying where you're very highly likely you're going to run into power lines, because a standard power pole is 50 feet. High tension wires are 100 feet. Light poles are 35 feet.
Well, I'll give it to Marcel, though. He did just recently lose his long-range FPV. And he did some great videos with that thing where he flew like a good, probably a little over half a mile to a mile out.
Mm-hmm.
And he did lose it during something happened with his battery or something, but he lost it in the lake or a river.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know if you guys saw it the night we were talking about Dennis Lovelady and his Mavic 3.
Oh, I watched that.
Yeah. And like I say, it wasn't really I would say pilot error. It was several things going on with that thing. The telemetry was off.
That thing went haywire.
Yeah, it basically, because the telemetry was way off, and we were thinking, how come it was at negative feet when it should have been at positive feet? And it was just several things that were going wrong with that. And then, like I said, the sensors, because it was getting dark. I think he was doing a sunset, or was it a sunrise video he was doing?
Hey, Mike, how you doing, Night Train? Normally he does a sunrise.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what it was, when he turned it away from the sun, it was still it was dark enough where the sensors didn't do him any justice.
Did that happen today?
No, it happened a couple of weeks ago. I think it was right before Christmas.
It was the day. It was Christmas Day. It happened.
Yeah.
And
now, what happened? Did I miss it? What happened?
Well, he was out like Dennis Lovely. He does his little sunrise bit, and he was playing his ukulele, which and he had a drone out there, and I guess he had it on some type of automated flight to come back. And the drone, like I said, we're watching the screenshots of this, and it's showing us the recording, and it went from, he was at positive 50 feet, and as he came back towards where he was at near the trees, all of a sudden we saw it went from negative. He's like negative 10 feet, but we can tell he's still about 15, 20 feet above ground. But the telemetry is saying he was, below his takeoff point. And we went back to where he took off from, which was off a picnic table. And I said, there is something not right with the telemetry on this drone. And I said, him having his hands occupied with the ukulele, you can say, but that's Dennis. That's what Dennis does. And I know Dennis has been flying long enough that he knows the ins and outs and the risk he was taking when he does that. But like I said, the drone didn't do him any favors the way it acted. And a lot of times it came back to the sensors could not differentiate the twigs on a tree. Dennis couldn't react fast enough, putting down his ukulele and regain control of the drone himself. And he just thought that the drone was going to figure it out.
Well, and this is the thing, is when the drone got into the tree limbs, it was like in a cocoon of them. And the sensors started going fucking nuts. And it was like, instead of the drone either going back up or just kind of staying, it just started moving around.
So the drone got stuck in a tree overnight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it was up there for a couple days from what I was told.
Yeah, he had to come back and get it.
That's the Mavic 3 that he bought?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Holy crap. How you doing, Night Train? Hey, Bill, Coast to Coast Drone. Thank you for popping in, buddy. Really appreciate you, man. I did not know that.
Yeah. So, it was just several things. I mean, like I said, you can always say pilot error and everything else, but I think Dennis, got a little comfortable with this new drone and was, basically thinking that with all this new technology, this drone was going to figure it out. But there were some telltale signs even before he got to that tree that something was going wrong with this drone. And
Didn't it shoot out like 200 and something feet just out of nowhere?
It went out and then it started drifting away, and he had to bring it back. I said there was something wrong because the telemetry was off, and then it said it was drifting. This is all before the crash, Adrian. It was doing some weird stuff even before the actual crash happened, where it went to the tree. So, to me, that would have been my, signal to say, hey, let me grab a hold of this thing, bring it in, and let's call this a day, or at least turn it off, turn it back on, and let's see what's happening here. Because, it was.
I agree with Mr. JRC. Like every time I get a new drone, I always take it to the park in the big open field and to try it out first. Yeah. Before I feel comfortable like flying it over my neighborhood or anything like that. Mm-hmm. I always take it to this park that I have about a quarter to half a mile away from my house. And there's just a huge open baseball fields and stuff for like a half a mile. It's nothing but baseball and football fields. And that's where I go try it out first to make sure it's working right and I have all my settings correct and everything. Because, he was kind of in a bad spot. He was under a bunch of trees and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, like I said, anything can happen anytime. Like I said, I have several drones, and I kind of try to fly them in rotation. Like my Phantom 4 Pros. I fly one maybe 6 months out of the year, then I put it on the shelf, break out the backup. Let it fly 6 months out of the year. Lately, I took the Phantom 3 Pro out. I took that out with Captain Ray Kelly and Steve Carpenter. I flew it again today. Now, I don't have any real reasons to use that drone again, so it'll probably sit on the shelf for about maybe 3 or 4 months, and I might break it out again and stuff. Because now I got some work, which I'm not using that at all. I'll be using my Maverick 2 Pro, the Maverick Enterprise, and the Phantoms. I'll be using those mainly. So, anything can happen. Like I say, you get it out of the box, everything's updated as far as you think it is. And just like with one of my Phantoms, didn't know I had a bad compass board, but come to find out I did because it wasn't holding compass. I would calibrate it and it'd say good to go, and then I had it stop on me twice mid-flight, just hover. And it said, I bring it back and it says compass error. And I said, I can't have this. I got to send this in the shop, get it fixed. And they took it. And they were trying to tell me before I sent it to the shop, well, did you do this? Yeah, I did the little compass dance, and I did this, did that, and everything. I said, dude, check it out. And they ended up replacing the board. It was a bad compass board.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So like I say, these are electronic gadgets, just like a car engine. Anything can happen anytime, because they work at a high level of tolerance. It could be anything from it's a little too cold outside today, or a little too hot outside today. You never know. Something could be creeping.
What Mickey MCH wrote about as many?
Yeah, it's a bad spot. Yeah, the telemetry stopped at 49 feet. I was watching the YR, and it still stayed at 49. And see, that could be something was it the drone that stopped showing the telemetry properly, or did his phone or tablet do that?
Right. It could have frozen, him not realizing it.
Because I've had that. I've had that deal where the tablet heats up too much, something like that. And as a matter of fact, I had when I was working out, testing another one, and I was not far from my house. I was about maybe 400 feet from the house, about 200 feet up, orbiting around a facility, and mid-orbit, the screen froze. And I'm like, holy crap. So I told myself, don't panic. You have an idea where you're at. Just stop where you're at, raise it up, see if the picture come back in. If it doesn't, you're going to have to hit return to home, because I'm not sure what direction I'm facing. And I don't want to hit this thing forward and it's flying away from me because my screen is froze.
Well, see, I've had it happen two different ways to me. I've had where the video was still going, but the telemetry froze. And then vice versa. I've had where the video's gone out, but it still shows me the telemetry.
Yeah, I haven't had that, but I said the whole thing just froze. And so now I eventually rose it up, and I went and hit return to home. And as it started coming home, maybe about 200 feet from me, the screen came back. And I'm like, cool, from that. But like I say, anything can happen with these drones. It could be anything from a bad OTG cable to a bad battery, or we didn't push the battery down enough and we lost power. I mean, there's so many different factors that can come into play. And that's why I said, your pre-flight can save your behind. You make sure you check as much as you can. And that's why, check as much as you can. Be consistent when you do your pre-flight, that you do the same thing every time. Don't get distracted and doing something different, and then you miss a step, and then it's one of those oh crap moments, and then that's it, But like I say, watch your screen, watch the drone. Like they tell you in the 107 thing, that you look down the screen, you look up at the drone. Look down the screen, look up at the drone, and stuff. As much as possible. When I was out there with Ray Kelly and them guys flying, you got ships coming in and out where we were flying at, which was nice. A lot of birds out there. My main concern was when these birds, come after the drone and stuff.
I do Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I do a pretty extensive, 10-minute pre-flight check on my drones before I fly them. I'll run my fingers down all the blades and look at them real closely. I'll check the compass and everything before I take off.
Are you saying that to be politically correct, or do you really do that?
No, I really do that. I'll take my Air 2 before I fly it, and I'll sit there and I'll look at the blades. I'll make sure they're on tight.
Because I know I do that on every single one of my drones before I take off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I sit there and I check the blades. I feel them, kind of bend them just a little bit, make sure that they still feel solid. There's no nicks in them, anything like that. Because you know what? 2 months ago, I went to go fly my Air 2, and if I wasn't doing that every single time, I wouldn't have noticed that one of my kids cut 2 of my props with nail clippers.
Oh
no!
And I know they tried to blame it on the cats. But they were both these blades on this side had perfect cuts in them, and there was 3 or 4 cuts in each one. And so and there was a pair of nail clippers sitting about 2 feet from it.
I would have kept with the nail clipper story. So I said, "Now you're telling me the cat got the nail clippers, was trimming his claws, and got the blades."
Yeah. Right. Well, I explained. Well, I put a whole right in their story.
The cat did it.
Yeah.
Because if it was the cat, it would have been little chew marks. You would have been able to.
No, but the cat was trimming his claws with the clippers, though.
But see, if I would have been one of these people that doesn't check their drones before I went out flying, that could have been a problem right there.
Yeah.
And that's why I ordered new blades from Amazon. I told you when I got the Christmas wreath, that was the reason I ordered extra blades.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I do. Even the day after I was finished flying, burning that one battery, when I came back, when I landed it, I checked it again, popped another battery, and flew again. I don't know, that's just me. You know what I'm saying? Because, I took it at a little distance, came back. I could have hit anything. It could have been a bug. You know what I mean? It could have been anything that could easily damage the blade. At that resolution, turning so damn fast, anything could have probably hit it and just, damage it.
Yeah, but when you're flying $1,000 drone, you want to make sure your shit's right.
Yeah,
exactly. That too.
And like I say, that's like you say, you're creating a habit for yourself that becomes automatic, even without thinking about it. You say, okay, this is what I do. Take it out, and like I say, little things like that can be the difference between a successful flight and a catastrophe, and it's something very small. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's just sometimes it can be something that simple. That's why I was talking to somebody today about when I get offered jobs or I'm bidding on a job, I start my pre-flight from that spot right there. I use Google Maps to first look at the area, especially if it's farther away, quite a distance from me. If it's something close by, like today was not my first time out there. I flew another job a week ago, and I drove down to this site, and I flew it then. So I would become familiar. So when a lady asked me to meet her at the site to do a walkthrough with her, I was already a little familiar, so I could tell her some things about the site that I already knew. So when I get out there, and I came home when I got back from my trip out of town, I sat down and drone deploy, and I mapped out, okay, we're going to do this right here. I know I got the power lines there. I got this over there. And I even did another waypoint mission in Litchi. And I said, okay, let me put waypoints here, 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 here. This is where I want to focus on here and that one, that area, and so forth. And I use the Litchi program that links with Google Earth. As soon as you do it, you can test flight your drone to see how it acts on the flight. So if you're going to fly into a tree, you'll see yourself fly into a tree. You fly into a pole, you're going to see yourself fly into a pole before I actually step foot out there on the site. So all these different things I'm already doing to make sure I can have the most successful flight before I actually get out on the site.
So basically, you pre-planning your flights before you actually do it.
Yes, I am pre-planning my flights. I will fly it in advance through the automated, software that I have here using the Google Earth, so that way I know, like those power lines. And that's why I say when you go out to a site, even using Google Maps doesn't tell you elevation a lot of times.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to look at it and say, okay, you always want to fly at the highest point, no matter what. One, it helps your range connection for your drone. Two, your flight path or whatever you're going to be doing, manual or autonomous flight path, is going to cover all hazards that are out there because you're at a higher elevation. So let's say at this one I did the other day, I flew up 150 feet. So I'm at the highest point on the job site. So I know my 150 is probably actually going to be 165, 170. And actually from where my takeoff point is, because your takeoff point is your 0 point for your elevation. So if I would have went down to somewhere else on the other side of the site, which is lower in elevation and stuff, I might be getting too close to something. So all the different things you got to look at when you go out there, and sometimes people may not take that in consideration. That's why I ask people, I said, where'd you take off from? And they said, well, here. I said, well, what does here mean? And that's why I asked Dennis, Lovelady about that. I said, where did you take off from? Because I saw that telemetry problem he had. I'm like, well, it's saying you're at negative something feet here, and I'm looking at the camera, look at you, and that's still a good 15, 20 feet in the air. And then he said that he had took off from the picnic table. So I said, well, something's wrong with the drone at that point. Something's definitely
because I think by the time
it crashed, the drone crashed, fell into the water. So he had to send it back in and get another one.
Yeah, by the time it got stuck up in the tree, I think it was a good 25 feet or so up. It was pretty far up there. But see, it was so far out on little tiny limbs that he couldn't crawl up and grab it. Like it wasn't in like the big trunk part of the tree. It was out on these little tiny limbs hanging right over the water.
Yeah, as Mickey, I'm on sectional truck. Well, like I say, most time I'm flying in urban areas. So my biggest hazards I deal with are either going to be trees that have not been trimmed. Most of your trees do not exceed over 100 feet if they've been trimmed properly. Power lines, which can range from a standard telephone pole 50 feet to high tension poles, the metal ones at 100 feet. So those are things I look for first when I'm out flying on jobs. So those are things you come into. And like I say, if you're in a high-rise area where you got buildings that might extend higher than eight floors, which is usually puts you over 100 feet or so, then you got to look at the buildings themselves as far as controlling, mapping out a flight. Yeah. So that's why I say I use things like the Google Maps and everything else to see what my hazards are going to be. Everybody's so worried about the drone hitting something else. I'm worried about my drone, Well,
see, that's like when I take off with my Air 2. I love flying in sports mode, but what I'll do is I'll take off in Senna, get up to about 100, 120 feet, and then I'll pop it into sports mode once I know I'm well over everything.
Yeah.
And then I'll take off because I've seen a lot of people take off in sports mode from the ground, and they'll be, going to go over a house or something, and they don't climb high enough boom, smack the side of a building or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why when you fly on that GPS mode, then damn sensor will pick it up, and then if you have a setup, it will just start rising up, and it will avoid that. It will slow down and it will start going up, like kind of like the A-Pass thing.
Well, that's why I was going to ask you guys that have these newer drones, like the Air 2 and Air 2S. Now, is that what a drone does? That when it comes up to something, it would naturally rise up if possible,
Correct.
or
When it comes to mine, the Air 2S does it. Anytime I'm coming to something, it will literally slow down before it gets there. If it's a house, it will go up. If it's me, it will either go up, it will fly left, or will fly right. That's
it has different modes you can put it in, like bypass, or you can put it to where it goes up over the object.
Right, exactly. Yeah, correct.
You can pick which one you want to use when you're flying.
Okay.
So, but like I said, when you put any of the DJI drones in the sports mode, you lose your sensors automatically.
Right.
Correct. The sensors go off. It will turn them off.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it really doesn't matter if you're in sports mode hauling ass at 40 miles an hour, you're going to hit it regardless.
Yeah. Yeah. As Eric, I know when I was flying out at the other job site in Fontana, I was flying real low to the ground, and I know when I came up where they done the grading, they were doing the my mind is slipping tonight. I must be getting tired. They're doing the houses levels, and as the drone was coming up on one, it would slow down and brake until I rose it up, and then it would let me go forward from there. So that's why I was asking that, depending on what you guys had to put it to a certain mode for allow it to anti-light pole detection.
Did you see a micro James Dean mode?
Oh, what did he write?
Too soon, Dre. Too soon.
Hey.
Anti-light pole detection.
That's why I said I felt like a jackass when I hit that light pole. But to be fair, too, the Mini didn't have obstacle avoidance, but still, it was a light pole in the middle of a damn open field, and I still hit the son of a bitch. So
yeah.
But that's the thing, is it don't matter how good of a pilot you are. At some point, you're going to crash. It's going to happen.
Oh,
Whether it's your fault or if it's a malfunction with the drone.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to be prepared for that when you're in this hobby. Especially, FPV guys, obviously, they know that because they push the limits of their drones every time they fly.
Right.
But as far as GPS, it's going to happen no matter how many sensors are on your damn drone.
Right.
One thing I do love about the Air 2S, the Mavic Air 2, it has that thing. I keep forgetting the freaking name of it, but where it detects, you know what I mean, like a manned airplane that comes, that's getting closer.
The
Air 2S,
the ADS.
ADSB. That's the word.
ADSB. Right.
Exactly. On my smart controller with the Air 2S, it will literally even show me the direction the plane is actually coming.
Right.
Or where it's going. Like on a screen, it will start flashing, and the remote will literally talk to me, fly with caution, you know what I mean, manned aircraft. And then it will start showing me where the airplane is. It doesn't show me how high the airplane is at, you know what I'm saying? But I automatically start coming down right away.
Well, see, that's what sucks about it, too, is it will tell you about a damn fucking airliner. It's 10,000 feet in the air. It's nowhere near, not even close to you. That's why I wish it could get a little bit better and give you the telemetry of the plane, because I think that would make it even safer. Because if you know a small manned airplane's coming at you at 500-600 feet and you know what direction it's coming from, it would definitely help. But I don't need to know that a damn airliner's 10,000 feet over me. To me, that's a little ridiculous.
Well, I don't think I haven't been around an area where mine is going to be. Like when I was in Orlando the last time, it did catch some of that with my Air 2 before I got the Air 2S, but it wasn't no 10,000 feet. Because I think we were like between 6 to 10 miles away from the airport. I was just flying, you know what I mean? Matter of fact, where I did my little DJI FPV chase when I was chasing my brother and my little nephew on the motorcycle in that area. Off of, I think that's DroneWorl. You probably know what that is. Justin, you know where that is?
Oh yeah, I know where that's at.
Okay, off around that area. Anyway, when I was flying it, I guess for one of those jetliners, well, coming up, we haven't reached that high yet. It will kind of give me, you know what I mean, the little pop up. But I don't think that the drone will actually catch a jetliner 10,000 feet. I don't think.
Well, let me tell you something. I've been flying, had my drone right above my house doing a hyperlapse shot, and I've watched
how high did you have it?
About 200-300 feet. But I've had where I've watched the airliner up in the sky, a little dot with the trail, and I'm watching it on the controller as it's going directly over me, and it's the only plane in the sky.
Dude, and that's awesome. I think it's amazing.
But that's what I'm saying. I wish it could just give us the telemetry of the plane, of how high the plane is. That way we would know, if it's a small little Cessna that's at 500-600
I understand
feet.
what you're saying. Now I get it. Okay, I got it. Okay. I see what you're saying now.
Because I've literally watched an airliner go directly over me, and I'm following it on the controller on the little map, and it's going directly over me.
Hey Justin, John, Mr. JRC want to know, when did you buy the street light pole that you hit?
I'm never gonna live that one down. That's for sure.
Well, you're the dumbest that when they hit the pole been there the whole time.
It's those Florida poles. They just jump out in front of you. You got to watch.
They just jump it in front of you. Is that what?
Yeah, it's like the mini tornadoes in Jim's yard that just put his Mattys on top of a palm tree.
Oh, look what Mike B said. Mike B's a jackass.
Oh wow!
Holy cow! 3 hours and 15 minutes.
Yeah, Adrian, I'm gonna bounce out, partner.
Dre, I'm proud of you, man. You be sticking around, buddy.
Yeah, I stuck around. I guess I should be tired because I did not sleep very well on my little trip, man. I stayed in some little raggedy Red Roof Inn motel, dude, and I swear it must have been Tweakerville. I know I kept people walking by 2-3 in the morning and stuff, man. Person above me, I swear he must have to piss 20 times a night. All I hear is this. I said, little small motel room ain't nothing but barely 800 square feet, if that. And this guy's pacing back and forth like he's like, I don't know what's going on.
And the thing is, with those motel, you could probably hear everything they're talking about next door. Even if you scratch the wall, you hear it.
Dude, I can say that my room was right in the corner at the bottom floor, and it's like everybody wanted to hang out right there. And I was like, man, I could not sleep, dude.
Hey, Dustin Gable, thank you for coming in. New person in the stream. Appreciate you. Thank you for popping in.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump out too, Adrian. Yeah. I mean, you only paid me and Dre for 3 hours, and we're going over. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
hey,
boy.
Justin, thank you for coming in. Dre, everybody that came in the panel, appreciate it. Everybody in the chat, thank you so much for coming in. Great stream. Man, I could still go on. I mean, there's still 19 folks watching, but I am getting a little tired too.
All right, man. Well, we'll do
right,
it
I'll
again.
see you guys
we'll do it
later.
again next
Dre,
week.
always a pleasure, buddy. If I do hit you
right.
on a text, I would appreciate if you reply back, buddy. I'm going to ask you some more questions about Part 107.
Not a problem.
All right, have a good night, guys.
Take care.
Thank you. Good night, everybody. I appreciate you guys. Great stream tonight. Yeah, that was the account. A little needed to switch back on some stuff. I appreciate it, everybody. Thank you so much. Hey, Mike, Rennick, I'll be waiting for that notification on your video so I could go ahead and watch it. Thank you once again. Good night, folks. Great stream. See you guys. Be on the lookout for my little video that I did today. So actually uploading as we speak. As soon as it's done, I will put it and make it public. Thank you so much. Good night. See you all later. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Appreciate you guys.